Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special. Live tonight, it's the Norton Panthers versus the Edgewood Warriors with veteran sportscaster Ron Whitmer and color analyst Chris Canova. Stay tuned for all the action right here on Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special.
Good evening and welcome to Norton High School Stadium for the Fifth Dimension Radio High School Playoff Game of the Week, brought to you by Jobs for Ohio's Graduates. I'm Ron Whitmer, and I'm joined in the booth by color analyst Chris Canova for tonight's clash between the Norton Panthers and the visiting Edgewood Warriors. Coach Olajuwon Cooper's Warriors enter tonight's play at 6-4 overall, 3-2 in the Chagrin Valley Conference Lake Division. Edgewood is coming off a lopsided 50-6 win in Week 10 over Lakeside. Coach Glenn Kruger's Panthers cruised through the first 9 weeks of the season undefeated, only to have a loss tacked on to their ledger by the OHSA for a Week 1 game that the governing body had originally ruled a no contest. The loss coming as a result of a canceled game between Norton and visiting Northwest due to an outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth disease that had spread through the Panther team. Norton believes they have put that in the rearview mirror, and they're looking to make a run here in Division IV, Region 13. We'll talk to both coaches and set the table for tonight's matchup right after this.
Summit County, ready to score big in your career? Check out AcklandWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's Graduates. It's mobile-friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AcklandWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
Ron Whitmer pregame with Coach Olajuwon Cooper here from the Ashtabula Edgewood Warriors. Coach, 4 weeks ago, I'm guessing you might not have been sure that you'd be standing here now, but your guys came up with 3 big wins down the stretch to get into the state playoffs, and now you got a shot at Norton here at Norton tonight. Knowing, I think you probably know Norton's situation, where their one loss is actually a forfeit. So knowing that they were the former number 1 ranked team, how much of a reward for making the playoffs is that for you guys?
Oh, it's a huge reward, because anytime you get to play in Week 11, it's all about that day. So, and this is no slight to Norton, but we don't got to be better than Norton 9 times. We got to be better than Norton once tonight. So we're focused on the task at hand. They're a great football team, play hard-nosed football, fly around, and obviously they got some good ball players. But for us, anytime you go 1-9 like we did last year, you own it, and then you get better. So our goal was to make the playoffs, and we did the necessary work. So I'm not surprised that we're here, because nothing trumps the work, and we did the work.
Yeah, absolutely. And your team's no slouch either. I mean, statistically, at least, you look at these teams, and they're pretty even. Yeah. Your quarterback, J.J. Balfour, is thrown for over 2,000 yards this year, and yet you guys still run the ball effectively. He's got to give you a chance tonight, does he not?
Yeah, absolutely. We believe in balance, but also we believe in whatever the game dictates that we have to do. Now, fortunately for us, we got a lot of talented skill guys, so we can get the ball on the perimeter a bunch of different ways. But, yeah, you're right. It starts with JJ. He's our unquestioned leader, and I would say his best quality is that he's even keeled. Last week he had 6 touchdown passes. You wouldn't know he had 6 touchdown passes because his demeanor doesn't change. He's an easy guy to follow because he's a worker. And he's a humble guy. Great kid, does the work outside of football too, and it's just an all-around great human being that kids can rally around and follow.
Okay. You guys certainly aren't all about the pass, though. You run the ball very effectively most of the season. Unfortunately, if I understand correctly, Javen Pope is out tonight, your top running back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who will take his place, and will that have any effect on the mix of run-pass tonight?
There will be a running back by committee tonight. There's going to be Czar Triplin, Nathaniel Schwartzfigger, J.R. Crooks, and Josiah Pope, Javen's brother. So it doesn't really change what we do because games are won and lost in the trenches. So our ability to run the ball is not just predicated upon Javen. Our ability to run the ball is predicated upon the 5 guys we got up front. And we got 3 seniors up front that have played a lot of football, in Christian Brock, Mason Thor, and Brock Foltz. And those guys are going to block and handle people no matter what. So we'll still run the ball just like we always do.
Okay. Keys to beating this veteran Norton team. What have you seen on tape? What impresses you about them?
The thing that impresses me is they get up on people early. So you got to be ready to play. I think they average 40 points a game. What we've seen so far is, if you make them drive and have to put drives together, they don't score as many points. When they played Streetsboro, they beat Streetsboro 23-10 or 23-13. But Streetsboro made them play. They made them drive the field and score that way. So for us, it's just about making them play a full game. We understand that teams like them that get out on you early, they may not have faced any adversity. They may not be accustomed to playing from behind. So our goal is just to get on them and just see how they respond to adversity. We faced adversity this year, so we're battle tested. We won't flinch in the face of adversity because it took adversity for us to get here. So we just want to get up on them early. We understand they're going to come out pretty pumped up. This is a home game for them. This is a nice facility. I'm sure the community is going to be out here. But ultimately, again, for us, it's just about getting out early, playing the way we play. And the biggest thing for us also is nothing tonight requires us to be somebody that we're not. I think it's, you get in the playoffs, you get in week 11, and then kids want to reinvent the wheel. They want to do things that they haven't done to get them here. We're realists. We understand who we are, and we're going to do what we do. And we'll be okay with how it turns out based on we're good with how we play. So it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a dogfight. They're competitive. They win. They have a winning culture here. Coach Kruger does a great job. I would say the last 5 years have been pretty good for them. So I feel like he's come in and he's stabilized the program. But we also understand that it's just about tonight.
That's Coach Olajuwon Cooper from the Edgewood Warriors. Coach, thanks for spending a few minutes with us. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza. Ron Whitmer here, pregame with Coach Glenn Kruger from the Norton Panthers. Coach, just saw you last week.
Yeah.
Things went according to plan last week, so here you are, state playoffs. Not necessarily the way you figured you'd see it a few weeks ago, but nonetheless you're here, and I'm assuming that's what it's all about,
It's all that matters. Just give us a chance.
So Edgewood's coming off 3 big wins here at the end of the season to get that number 12 seed. Sometimes those are the most dangerous teams,
Sure.
Are they not? Because they're on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
They're, in some sense at least, just happy to be here. And from what I've seen so far, a pretty talented team as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, very talented football team. I don't know if they're just happy to be here or not, but they're pretty good. They deserve to be here. Very impressed with what they do, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Very skilled. They're physical on defense, too, though. It's going to be a big test tonight.
Their quarterback, J.J. Dufour, has thrown for over 2,000 yards. Besides the yardage, what worries you about him?
I think he does a great job with his feet as well. Moves around well, can run well, is physical when he does run. Just a good just a big playmaker for him, man. Really good football player. Enjoyed watching him on film, and just a really good high school football player. You have to appreciate that, and when you see it on film, and he's one of those guys for sure. He makes their engine go.
Their speedy back, Jabin Pope, is apparently out tonight for tonight's game. Does that change your game plan at all?
Oh, no, I don't think so. He's a really, really good player. It's tough to see that, especially for a kid in week 11, and really good football player on film for sure. Obviously, it might change their game plan a little bit, but maybe not. But I know they have so many good playmakers. We feel that they're going to have guys ready to step up and go fill his shoes or try to fill his shoes there. And so we're going to keep things kind of rolling the same way because they got guys who will step up for him.
Saw you last week at Coventry, and I think Chris and I's impression was you guys are talented everywhere, right? So Where is your biggest advantage tonight as you see it?
I don't know if there's this an advantage or not or anything like that. I mean, what I'll say is our strength, what we feel is our strength has been our intensity, our pursuit of the football on defense, in particular, flying to the football. And on offense, we have some pretty good skill players, like you mentioned, but I think those skill guys play pretty physical. They might weigh 165, 175 pounds, but they play like they're 200 pounds or bigger. So I don't know if that's an advantage, but it's definitely one of our strengths we've had this year. We've been pretty consistent with that effort and that attitude and that physicality.
We saw great balance from you on both sides of the ball last week, and I think in talking to you before last week's game, that wasn't a surprise based upon what you told us. So tonight, a lot of that balance, I'm thinking Kirstig and Willig and Beverly on the offensive side, Willig Brown and Hiddle on the defensive side. Several of those guys are seniors. Mm-hmm. Is that a little bit of a bonus for you tonight because they've been here, done that kind of thing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these guys that you just mentioned there, those seniors, they've played in quite a few playoff football games and football games in general. They've been through the ringer, the good, the bad, the middle of the road. So, yeah, I think it's an advantage, for us at least. We're better off with seniors and veterans who know the ropes and can lead these young guys. They've done a good job of that all season and this week too.
Any injuries of note going
into
tonight?
No, actually, pretty fortunately, knock on wood, pretty healthy right now. Hopefully stay that way tonight, but we've been fortunate so far.
That's Coach Glenn Kruger from the Norton Panthers. Coach, good luck tonight and all the way down the tournament
trail.
Appreciate
it. Thank you very much.
Looking for a way to give back to your community? Port Summit Rotary is making real change right here, right now. From scholarships for local students to supporting food banks and first responders, we are people of action. Join us and be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit portsummitrotary.org and discover the power of service above self.
So we cut the tail end there of the Norton High School marching band and our national anthem. So just a few minutes here before game time. So joined in the booth, as always, by Chris Canova. So Chris, I'm really excited about this one. So here's what I'm thinking. You tell me if you see it in a similar way. I think we have two high-power offenses here.
Absolutely.
And to me, the key to the game, and I tried to get both coaches to give me a key, and they kind of work their way around it as savvy coaches will do. But which defense can either stop or at least slow down the other offense? And I think, we'll probably start to see that here in the first quarter. But two teams that can get up and down the field.
Absolutely. We have two high-flying quarterbacks tonight. Both throw the ball exceptionally well. Good receiving cores on both sides. Maybe a slight advantage. We heard just earlier tonight that the safety for Edgewood, easy for me to say, is out tonight. But just really excited to see these offenses, what they can do. And, last week we saw Norton, and, wow, defensively they just flew around the ball.
All right.
So curious to see how they, come to play tonight. And I think we're going to see a spread. They're going to spread Edgewood is going to spread the field, and let's see how the speed kind of meshes out.
Right.
Early on.
As we mentioned, their top running back is out. They have one of the top quarterbacks up in the northeast corner of the state who's thrown for over 2,000 yards already this season, and J.J. DeFore, the running back that is out for Edgewood, is one of the brothers. And it is
Pope.
One of the Popes, the Javen Pope. His brother, Josiah Pope, is one of their top receivers. So we'll look to see if he becomes even more of a factor with his brother out tonight.
Right. Coach Cooper from Edgewood, he made a point before the game to say, they got to make this Norton offense work. No big plays. And when they've had to do that this year, now mind you, they've had to do it only in one game this year.
Right.
Nobody's been able to stop them. But if they can, it can be a close game.
He said something else in terms of that, Chris, that I found very interesting, and he actually told me in our email exchange earlier in the week that their goal is to make Norton play a whole game. Now, what's he mean by that? What he means is Norton has been involved in a lot of running clock situations this year, a lot of major blowouts,
Right.
to where their stamina hasn't been tested other than probably the Streetsboro game, right? I mean, they did play their guys, and, there's one of the reasons we didn't talk about last week. Maybe that's why he was playing his guys still in the fourth quarter.
That's true. That's true.
To get their win so that they're ready to go a full game, because most likely from this point forward, the Panthers, assuming that they can get by tonight, are going to have to play 4 quarters of football. You don't get many running clocks once you get to the playoffs. That's for sure.
I think they've only played two games where it wasn't running clock, and another thing I want to look for is, the quality of football that Edgewood plays, or the league that they play in. We're not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with that.
Chagrin Valley, one of the 2 divisions in Chagrin Valley, they're in what they call the Lake division of the Chagrin Valley Conference.
So they have a bunch of teams in the playoffs from that league, and a really quality football league. So we're going to see early, what that means for this team.
Yeah, as we mentioned talking to Coach Cooper, they really weren't even in the playoff picture 4 weeks ago.
Right.
But they ran off 3 big wins, easy wins in terms of the scores in the last 3 weeks, and that was just enough to move them up into that number 12 slot, and that's why they're here at Norton. We're not going to belabor the point for the Panthers tonight. We did allude to it in the pregame with Coach Kruger. They weren't planning on being here tonight either, for a different reason.
Right.
Up until Wednesday of last week, they were the number 1 team in the region, and then the OHSAA decided that all the canceled games from throughout the season should have been forfeits, not no contests, and that gave Norton its only loss of the season, dropping them down to the number 5 seed. But it seems to me they've definitely put that past them.
I think so too, and we saw them last week. From the signs on the sideline to talking to everybody,
exactly.
They are using that as motivation. And you know what? They're high school kids.
Right.
If that's what motivates them, good for them.
We talked to Coach Kruger. This is I don't want to say it's a senior-dominated team, but it's a senior-led team for the most part. And that's, these guys have been through this more than once. Last year didn't turn out the way that they were hoping. They got to this point last year and didn't go any further. I think their sights are set on several more weeks of play here this year. So let's see how that pans out for the Panthers.
They have a calmness about them.
Yeah,
and
exactly. You look down here in front of us.
They expect to win, and why wouldn't they? They've scored 50 points a week.
Yeah.
And nobody has even come close to stopping them. Maybe Streetsboro, and I think they scored 30-some points against Streetsboro too. So we're about 30 points. So really excited to get this started.
That's one thing also that Coach Olajuwon Cooper from Edgewood told us in the pregame is they're very focused on this first quarter.
Right.
They don't want to let Norton get out and start running away from them on the scoreboard. So I think you're going to see some hard-nosed football. And on the offensive side, if the season means anything, we're going to see some explosiveness.
It's kind of funny you're saying that they're even starting the slow play before the game. The Edgewood Panthers are taking their good old time to get on the field and to even line up for the kickoff here.
Yeah.
So
the Panthers are out there ready to receive, and it looks like Beverly. And as I always do, I have trouble with the guy on the far side. Chris, if you got an angle on him, looks like number 11 for the Panthers.
I think you're right.
And that's Willig. And we'll be calling his name a lot tonight on both sides of the ball.
Well, Coach Cooper said that the first guy he named earlier in the week was Willig. And we saw it last week. Offensively, defensively, he is all over the field. Special teams, he is a real threat.
Right. So Noah Drake teeing it up for the Edgewood Warriors. Beverly and Willig back for Norton, and we're just about to get set here with round 1, Division IV OHSAA state playoffs. Drake approaches. Low line drive, squibbly kick taken at the 25 by Norton, across the 35 and up near the 40. That ball was returned by Matthew Probinski. Probinski on the return for Norton, and they'll have excellent field position to start tonight's play at just about the 41-yard line. Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova, Fifth Dimension Radio, thanks for joining us. Should be a good one here.
And here we go. High school playoffs.
Trey Kirsten with Beverly and Brown behind him in the shotgun for the Panthers. Kirsten takes the snap, hands off to Brown, running the far side. Brown across the 45, across the 50, still on his feet, and finally taken down on the far side at about the 46. So a nice big 14-yard pickup on first down for Marcus Brown.
Nice little stretch play to the left there. They controlled the edge, and a nice big play to start the game.
First and 10 for the Panthers. They're going to mark it at the 45. Hand to the near side, Beverly. He's across the 45 to the 40, the 35, and edged out of bounds there by number 1, who is Zar Triplin, with a tackle, but not before Beverly picks up the first down. And 2 plays, 2 first downs.
2 plays, 2 first downs, the same play, going the opposite way, stretch right. And again, they have control of the edge and all kinds of room.
Apparently stepped out at the 35. Still enough for the first down. First and 10, Panthers. Kirsten. Hands to Brown. Brown, this time met at the line. Maybe a gain of 1 by a host of tacklers for Edgewood. In there in the middle of it was number 52. That's Brock Fultz. Fultz with the tackle for Edgewood.
Nice play with the middle of the Edgewood line there.
So that brings up second down 9 for Norton. Kirsten looking to the near side to get the play. Just underway here, 10:59, first quarter. Beverly and Brown. Hand again to Brown. Makes a man miss. He's up across the 25 to about the 24. They're going to mark it at the 25, but again, enough for the Norton first down. So all on the ground so far, Chris, and why wouldn't they keep it that way? Edgewood having trouble other than the one run up the middle in bringing down.
Really working that left side of the Norton offensive line, and they're getting some push for sure.
I think just what Coach Kruger had ordered up was a nice steady ground attack, pushing it down the field. Hand off this time to Beverly. He's ahead for about 3, maybe 4. Bring up a second down. Let's call it 7. Give Beverly 3.
Well,
tackle looked like it was 55 for.
5 plays, 5 rushes, and it just makes you think a little bit. Does Coach Kruger think that he can just control the line of scrimmage right from the get-go? And they're doing a great job.
Mason Thor on the tackle. Kirsten still with 2 backs with him. This time he finally throws his first pass, trying to get it out to Isaac Hunter on the far side. It went through his hands and out of bounds. That'll bring up a third down 7. Ball on the 22. Norton with the first possession of the game, and until this point have been picking up first down. Now all of a sudden it's 3rd and long, and they'll empty out the backfield apparently. Kirsten in the spread this time. Takes a snap, looking downfield, launches to the end zone. He's got a man that just overthrows him. Looked like it was intended for Willig. So going to bring up a decision here for the Panthers. 4th down 7 from the 22. It would bring up a field goal attempt in the neighborhood of 40 yards, and they're not even thinking about it. They're going to go here on 4th and 7. Once again, an empty backfield. Willig to the near side this time, along with Probinski and Beverly. Trey Kirsten, quick slant, got Willig. Looks like he definitely does have enough for the first down. Ball down to the 10-yard line. And that'll keep the Panthers moving. 9:34. First quarter, no score, but the Panthers on the march. They're in the red zone at the 10.
Nice little dig play there.
Looks like it's first and goal. Hand off to Brown. He's across the 5 to the 4 to the 3, and finally brought down inside the 2. A nice first down pickup of about 9 yards for Marcus Brown. It'll bring up second down goal from the 1-yard line.
Norton moving quick.
Kirsten takes the snap, hands to Brown again. He'll run around the left hand and into the end zone for the Norton touchdown. With 8:58 remaining first quarter, the Panthers strike first. They lead 6-0.
Last week they were didn't move this fast offensively. When they want to move fast, I like it when they have some pace, and that was really nicely done.
So on to attempt the extra point is Blake Kaminsky for the Panthers.
10 plays.
Spot. Kick is up, and it is good. That drive, thanks to the Beacons' Brad Borneville. 10 plays, 59 yards, 3 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. Norton leads 7-0. Let's take this 30-second timeout.
Hi, this is Christian Oswald, chef at Cambria's Bistro on Main Street in Wadsworth. Come in and join us for dinner Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 9, and 12 to 9 Friday and Saturday. Join us and let us make you authentic Italian dishes from scratch and for our weekly specials. They're always changing, so come get them while they last. If you want a sneak peek at our menu, check out our Facebook page or website at www.cambriasbistro.com. www.cambriasbistro.com.
Well, Chris, we just got done saying we expect some offense tonight, and boy, we got it. A nice drive from the Panthers, 59 yards, and they strike first. Now Edgewood gets their chance. Let's see what they can do. Kaminsky will kick it off. It looks like it's Josiah Pope deep to receive for the Warriors.
Nice opening drive. You couldn't ask for more, right? Marched it right down the field, took control of the line of scrimmage. For Coach Kruger, you got to love that.
Yep. Kaminsky, a little pooch kick this time, comes down at the 35, is rolling loose, and who got on it? Looks like Edgewood got the ball at about the 32-yard line. Maybe number 15 for Edgewood, Willie Guyton on that one. Really, and I think we talked about this last week. Kaminsky, whether he's pooch kicking or kicking deep, he knows where to put the ball.
He's really good at placing the kicks.
Boy, that could have been big early. As it is, it still doesn't give Edgewood the best field position, but they are at the 33, where they'll get their first attempt. J.J. DeFore, quarterback, kind of looks like a mirror of the offense from the Panthers. And somebody jumped early on the right side of the line for Edgewood. Looked like 51, Christian Brott. Yeah, Brott got started just a bit early on the right side of the line for Edgewood, so that'll push them back 5, and they'll start in the hole at 1st and 15.
Not the way you want to start, for sure. Stating the obvious, right?
And I think he was reacting to the Norton DB on that side. Kind of looked like he might be blitzing and pulled off, and he jumped up. The pass hits the Edgewood player in the helmet, and apparently was a forward pass. Dufour got that one and got it out there quickly. Unfortunately, I couldn't see it. Looked like one of the blockers got in front of the receiver who never saw the ball coming.
Well, I think one of the corners from Norton just blitzed the play right from the get-go. They see that formation. They are coming now with the outside corner.
I think for Norton, that was Fetter out there on the pass defense. That brings up 2nd down, 15. DeFore calling signals. He'll hand off to Pope. Pope running around the right end on the far side. Norton's there to meet him. He gets a short gain up to about the 30-yard line. Uzziah Pope on the end around. That'll bring up 3rd and 14. Give him a gain of a yard. 8:33 remaining. Norton with the early lead, 7-0.
Well, we're in a stretch play there. Nothing there. Norton had it covered just perfectly.
Big play here for Edgewood. They definitely want to get something out of this first drive. DeFore looking over the middle, now scrambling to the near side. Has a man open just briefly. Ball was intercepted, but out of bounds for the Panthers, just in front of us here at about the 46-yard line. A nice job of moving on the ball that time by Probinski.
Now that first series for Edgewood here, well, it doesn't look like they're going to punt, but we're going to see here in a second.
Wow, that would be interesting. The quarterback is the punter, though, and that has fooled us before. So DeFore is back. I think he is going to punt, but still, they're not giving it away for sure. Now he's backing up as if he's going to punt. 4th down, 14. DeFore takes a snap. He will punt it away. Low line drive to Willig at the 33. Willig across the 35 to the 40, running to the near side, still on his feet. Finally taken down at about the 39-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start with a 7-0 lead. We'll take this 30-second timeout and be right back.
Hey, students and job seekers, your next big career play starts here. AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. Find local jobs, connect with employers, and get hired fast. It's easy, mobile-friendly, and full of opportunity. Step up, get in the game, and visit AkronWorks.com today because your career deserves a winning drive.
Well, that was a quick change of possession. So did you pick up the ball carrier?
Yeah, that was Brown.
Brown with a 3-yard gain for the Panthers. That'll bring up 2nd and 7, the ball in the 42. 7:35 remaining first quarter. Kirsten with Brown and Beverly alongside him in the backfield. He hands to Beverly, running to the near side across the 40, 45, out near the 50, across the 50, and picking up the first down is Jason Beverly. He's the workhorse, along with Brown, of this Norton running attack. Had a big week last week. Had a big season. Norton has 3 ball carriers over 600 yards on the season, so they can mix it up. Brown will take the handoff this time. He cuts it back across the line of scrimmage, picks up 2, maybe 3, and we have an injured Warrior back on his feet, but limping is Mason Thor, one of their leaders on defense. But he's back up, not asking for any assistance from the sideline. Get Brown a 2-yard gain that time, make it 2nd down, 8. Kirsten hands again, this time to Beverly. He breaks it free at the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Jason Beverly for the Norton Panthers. They strike from distance, 47-yard touchdown run by Beverly, the senior, and the Panthers are up 13-0. And I take that back. Beverly is the junior. Brown's the senior. But a really good job of finding the hole, Chris, and then he had that burst as soon as he got by the line of scrimmage.
Boy, I tell you what, you said that right. 5 yards downfield, and he was gone.
Extra point kick is up and good by Kaminsky, and that'll give the Panthers the 14-0 lead here midway through the first quarter. And we'll keep it right here this time. So, Chris, the Panthers struck twice early.
Thank you.
And that drive was a 4-play, 61-yard drive, took 1:25. So the Panthers have been able to do what we knew they were capable of doing, but they're on defense also were able to stop Edgewood on that first series. And I don't want to overstate things, but I think Edgewood needs to have some kind of a response here that at least includes getting the ball out near midfield.
Well, I think you asked the question before the game, right? What defense was going to come, and make a play or make some plays. And Norton controlled that first offensive series that Edgewood had. there was nothing that was open. They went right, they stopped it. They went left, they stopped it. They tried to pass the ball, they almost had an interception. Now Norton, on the other hand, is just that they've found something. They are running right at Edgewood. Don't seem to have any fear of being stopped running the ball. And why, after those two first series, why would you think they're gonna?
And we'll talk about this as the game goes on, but we noticed last week that over the course of the season, Norton started playing some of their DBs and linebackers on the line, giving them a lot of quickness. A high kick and fielded and taken down immediately at the 27 was Willie Guyton again for Edgewood.
You mentioned that. You were just talking about that, Ron, but Norton has a little bit of a different perspective defensively. They like to use smaller, quick defensive linemen and create pressure and havoc.
The only really big guy out there for them right now, at least, is the All-Stater Hiddle. That's Mason Hiddle, who's there in the middle of that defensive line. So DeFore at quarterback. Man in motion to the near side and the handoff inside, but nothing there as number 76, Hiddle, is right there to make the tackle for the loss of about 4. The handoff looked like it went to Czar Triplin, and he got nothing.
I got to tell you, Ron, it looks like every play that Edgewood is running, Norton knows it's coming. They have 3 guys on the spot.
So it looks like Triplin's still in the backfield with DeFore. DeFore will roll to the right. He's going to cut it up through the middle. He's got some running room, and he gets it across the 25 to the 26. Still going to leave him well short of the first down. They're going to give him to the 27. That'll bring up 3rd down 10. 3rd and 10 for the Warriors. They trail by 2 scores early here, and they're in 3rd and long at their own 27-yard line.
Well, they can't establish any identity yet on offense, which is a problem. They got to keep the ball because they can't stop Norton.
Okay. Different running back this time. See if I can pick it up. DeFore calling the signals. He'll drop, looking to pass. Looks deep. Got a man open on the sideline, and just outside of his reach was Devin Sanchez. Boy, he broke free in the backfield, Chris. And if that pass had just a little less mustard on it, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah. Too bad he didn't have a little bit more air under the ball, and we're looking at a game changer, really.
That'll bring up a 4th and 10. DeFore back in punt formation. Willig back for Norton. Low kick. Willig will take it at the 38. He drops it, picks it back up. He's up to the 44-yard line where he's met by a couple of Edgewood tacklers. Looked like the main guy that time, again, was Mason Thor. So Thor has had a nice first quarter defensively, but his teammates got to help him pick things up here because they're in danger of going down 3 scores. 1st and 10, Norton. Ball, we'll call it the 45.
You got to think, if you're the Panthers, you got to stop the run. You have to stop the run. Make them throw the ball.
Kirsten, hands inside to Beverly. This time he's got not much room, but he still manages to pick up 3, maybe 4 yards, and a late flag, possibly a late hit out of bounds, Chris?
Yep.
Or he may have had
I was
going to
say that was a really close call out of bounds.
Yeah.
That was borderline. I do think it was late, though. I think it was the right call.
Horse collar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. With all the players standing in front of the play, it was hard to see, but he did look like he kind of got jerked down, so they're going to call it a horse collar tackle. And besides the 3-yard gain, maybe 4-yard gain, they'll tack on the personal foul, and Norton will be in great shape. Let's see where they set this thing down.
They certainly don't need any help.
We'll put it down at the 36. So it'll be 1st and 10, the Panthers. Ball on the Edgewood 36-yard line.
Moving quick again, right? Right on the line of scrimmage, ready to go.
A little bit different look this time. for Kirsten. Appears to be a passing formation. Willig in motion. He flips it to Willig, who cuts it inside. He's across the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Buddy Willig with the, and boy, we'll have to talk about that. That's technically a pass, is it not? Because it left the quarterback's hand. So we're going to call it a pass for right now.
I think so, yes.
A touchdown pass of 36 yards from Kirsten to Willig. And the Panthers are up 20-0 here in the first quarter.
Nice play. And again, he caught a seam and he was gone.
He's just such a talented player. So the Panthers ready to attempt the extra point. Kaminsky's kick is up and good. Here's something I'd love to see tonight is what kind of range he has on the field goal, because if his extra points are any indication, he's got a pretty good leg. Kick was good. Norton takes a 21-0 lead over Ashtabula Edgewood. We'll keep it right here and remind you folks that if you want to see this game rather than just hear us, you can hear and see a video replay of tonight's game this coming Monday night at 6 o'clock, streaming live on WAOH.TV. That's WAOH.TV, Monday night at 6 o'clock for a telecast replay of tonight's action here from Norton High School. And I think some Norton people, if this trend continues, are really going to want to take a look at that.
Absolutely.
Thanks to our friends at WAOH for being with us this season, giving folks an opportunity.
You know, I think one of the things that sticks out to me right now is, yes, they're controlling the line of scrimmage, but the speed of Norton
right
it's a difference maker here.
Yeah, and you've said this to me before. Sometimes what you see on tape can fool you because you have to factor in the competition. The kick is off and taken down by 4 for Edgewood, who's met by a host of tacklers. Looked like Beverly might have been the first one to get to him. For the Panthers, the run back was Nolan Standell for the Warriors. So once again, the Warriors will start inside their own 30-yard line at about the 28. They trail early. Not what Coach Cooper was looking for. He really wanted to be in the game in the end of the first quarter. Dujour in the backfield. Having trouble and hit right away as he crosses the line of scrimmage by Aiden Williams for the Panthers.
Just nothing happening there. Norton's getting all kind of penetration, and right from the get-go, it's chaos in the backfield for Edgewood.
Second down 9.
Trying to spread Norton out here, maybe create some space.
Dujour looking. Slant open, but thrown slightly behind and unable to bring it in for Edgewood is Riley Baldwin. He was open, passed just slightly behind him. He couldn't bring it in. That'll bring up a third down 9.
You know, they're not getting a lot of opportunities, so when you have one like that, you have to make the play. And just there, it didn't happen for him.
Going into that last play, Norton has outgained the Warriors 161-1. And that pretty much sums up the first quarter at this point.
Well, I mean,
for those who were doubting the undefeated record of the Panthers, I think that's beginning to be erased if it hadn't been already. Dujour, the man in the motion, drops the pass. He's got pressure in the backfield, and he's taken down for a sack at the 20-yard line. The tackle for Norton is number 21, Jack Turzig. Turzig got in there along with a teammate and took him down for a big loss. That'll bring up 4th and about 19. And it seems like we were just here, but Dujour back to punt yet again here in the first quarter. So I'm sure the Norton coaching staff quietly may have seen this coming, but I'm not sure a whole lot of other folks did.
You know, it's hard to tell on film, right? You never know.
Low line drive, punt. This time Willig is going to let it run or roll. Now picks it up. There's an immediate flag. He's running to the far side. He's across the 50, inside the 40 to the 35. Very curious flag. And I think I'm seeing an early indication of a hold against Norton. So that great return is going to be brought back.
He threw that flag really early.
Yeah, I didn't even see, other than Willig, I didn't see another Panther back there. So it had to be something he saw further up the field. But at any rate, it's going to give the Panthers an opportunity to, other than their first drive, to have to move the ball a little further down the field to be successful this time. So it's going to be spotted right about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Norton. Kirsten still in there with Beverly and Brown, flanking him on either side. He takes a snap, keeps the snap this time, and he's running free up the middle. It's Kirsten to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 10-5, touchdown, Trey Kirsten on the keeper. And what a great fake. I think everybody, including me, thought Marcus Brown had the ball. Kirsten kept it, found a seam up the middle, and ran that one in for a 65-yard touchdown. Wow. Sometimes one word's all you need. Wow.
You stole my line.
No, I'm sorry.
Everything they're trying is working.
Yeah.
Go right, it works. Go left, it works.
Extra point. Worked. And it's a 28-0 lead. And before we get too far, you may be saying, how are you guys doing so good on these numbers tonight? Well, we got a good spot. We're right next to Brad Borneval of the Dayton Journal, who's, God bless him, man. We got to come up. Where's Bob Fritz? We got to come up with some scratch and take Brad on the road.
That's right, absolutely.
Yeah, the Beacon's definitely not paying him enough, and you can quote me on that. But we'll see what we can do. Thanks, Brad. The Panthers 28-0.
I mean, the one play drives do help, but
yeah, me too. And I apologize. I'm not meaning to laugh because this is an Edgewood team that's really done a great job just to get here tonight. They were almost mathematically eliminated 4 weeks ago, but not quite, and they won 3 straight and got that 12th seed. But I think the Norton Panthers are showing them why they were the number 1 seed most of this season. Another pooch kick, and this time fielded by Edgewood at the 29-yard line, brought out across the 36. The run back was by Devin Sanchez. So that's where Edgewood will start this time, and we'll see if they can have a little more success on offense. And, we mentioned in the pregame, but it bears mentioning again, they're struggling offensively right now. They're missing their number 1 running back in Javen Pope.
Yeah, they are.
And that certainly can have a difference because, as I mentioned to you off air, he is their 3rd fastest 100-yard dash man in the history of the school. That makes a little difference when you can put pressure on the edge, which they've not been able to do so far. DeJour at quarterback, 1st and 10. Looks like Norton might have jumped. No flags. Handoff inside for a nice gain that time by J.R. Crooks. Crooks with the carry. He picked up about 7. Called a long 3, 2nd and a long 3.
Well, I think everybody was a little bit confused there. They thought there was going to be a flag, stoppage of play. It didn't happen, and and Edgewood kept playing.
Yeah. Both teams jumped. I'm not sure who jumped first, so the result was no flag at all. DeJour, hands inside, and running ahead again. This time with less success is Crooks. He appears to be short of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and about 2.
There's so much penetration happening by Norton. It's just hard to get the play off here. Running back did a nice job there, just get a yard.
Might have been Williams again on the tackle for Norton. Dujour takes a snap, looking downfield, and overthrows his man into danger, but Norton could not come up with it. Back there was Xavier Fetter on the coverage for the Panthers, and that'll bring up 4th and 2. And you have to believe that they'll be going for it here, and probably on all 4th downs anywhere near midfield for the rest of the game.
Some nice protection there. Had time to throw.
Yeah.
And just good coverage.
And I don't want to beat this to death, but you got 3 All-Staters on the Norton side of the ball, and 2 of them are in the backfield, so that's not unexpected. This time it's an empty backfield. Dujour, 4th and 2. Quick slant, and he's got his man for the first down. It looks like it was Baldwin, Riley Baldwin, the senior, 6'4" senior, made the catch and gives Edgewood their first down of the game. And the first time they've been in Norton territory. They're at the Norton 49, first
Something to
and
build
10.
on, right?
Absolutely. Again, the empty backfield. Dujour looking to throw. And he's getting pressure, stays on his feet, then just puts it up for grabs, but out of bounds. Fortunately, he had the wherewithal to get it to the sidelines as the second Norton defender hit him, and it looked like it might have been Beverly there on the far side.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Panthers just keep on coming at you, and the quarterback did a nice job evading the first guy, couldn't get past the second guy, and took a huge hit.
He sure did. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 49 of Norton. Dujour rolling to the near side, looking along the sideline, had a man open. Pope couldn't bring it in at the 40 near the first down marker, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. So it looks at this point like Coach Cooper has pretty much resigned himself to and they throw the ball quite a bit to begin with, and I think that may be most of what we see unless they can get themselves back in here.
Yeah, that was a nice play there. He was open. Pass was a little bit short. Receiver almost came up with it.
Yeah. I think they've just been a little shook here by the strength and speed of this Norton defense. Snap, fires out to the far side. The receiver's running back to the near side, and he's met with quite a stick there by Aiden Williams. Again, Williams having a really nice first half here for the Norton Panthers. Another tackle for loss sends the ball clear back to the Edgewood 46, where it'll bring up 4th down and about 14, maybe 15 yards.
Looks like they may be punting here. Maybe not, though.
Yeah, well, as I said, with the quarterback being also the punter, it's always in doubt. He's back far enough, it appears to be punt formation, but of course that matters little. If he decides he sees something, he can throw the ball. He takes the snap, a running punt, a low one, over the head of Willig, who drops it and picks it up, and this time can't shake loose, is going to be taken down at about the 12 or 13 yard line. So for the first time tonight, the Panthers will have almost a full field to have to travel, but that does bring us to the end of the first quarter. Our score from Norton, the Panthers 28, the Edgewood Warriors nothing. Let's take this timeout.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screen Print Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
So back here at Norton High School, Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova, and our unpaid intern over to Chris's right, Brad Borneville. He's going to get sick of me later, but that's why you're here, Chris. You're my buffer zone. Some fairly amazing stats, Chris, courtesy of Brad. What do you have?
First quarter stats, Norton 226 yards and Edgewood 5.
And Norton has the ball back, and with that, we have a timeout on the field. And Edgewood, I got to find a way to say this correctly, saw something they didn't like and took the timeout.
I wonder what that could have been.
So before we have a play in the second half, Coach Cooper has called his guys over to make an adjustment.
What we haven't seen yet, really, is Norton's excellent passing game.
Yeah, I think just one pass so far.
So,
or maybe two, one completion and one incompletion.
Right, so I have them
as we saw last week, Trey Kirsten can wing it around the stadium with the best of them. So,
well, I guess they have a 36-yard TD pass, so I forgot about that in all of the fantastic offensive fireworks in the first quarter.
And to your defense, that pass was actually about a 6-foot pitch forward. So Kirsten with Brown and Beverly alongside him in the backfield. He's going to hand it to Brown. Brown cuts it back up the middle. He's wrestled down, but he fights for a nice probably 5-6 yard gain. And we'll try to see who's on the tackle there. Looks like on the tackle was J.R. Crooks for Edgewood.
I think Norton's probably run 5 plays tonight.
Kirsten takes a snap, hands again to Brown. He's across the 20, up across the 25 for the first down. Tackle that time by Thor for the tackle.
I like how they're alternating running the backs here, doing a great job mixing it up.
Yeah, everybody's getting to touch it a little in terms of running. Hand this time to Beverly. Beverly's ahead now for a gain. He's still on his feet. Another gain of about 13 up to the 41-yard line. Beverly looked like he was going to go down around the 35 and kept those feet churning for the first down for the Panthers. So they've dug themselves out of the hole and are moving once again. Hand off to Beverly, going to the right side. This time he's taken down for a loss of a yard. Nice job of shooting the gap that time by the Warriors. And again, it was Thor who comes up limping, but the young man's had, it's hard to say this, but it's true. He's had a nice individual first half. His team has not had such a nice first half. So Kirsten looking for the play. I get the sense that Buddy Willig would like to see the ball again. It's been a little while for him. So, and jumping across the line was Edgewood. They're pointing at the Panthers, however. Looks like
the left guard move for Norton.
Yeah, that could have been Dominic Higgins, 74. Sorry, Dom, if that wasn't you, but it looked like it might have been. 10:20 remaining, third quarter. Norton looking to put us into a potential running clock situation here in the first half, although in the playoffs I would doubt that the visitors would agree to that. Kirsten rolling right, looking to pass. He had a man early. He decided to keep the ball. He runs for the first down and then wisely steps out of bounds at the 45. And I say the first down. It wasn't a first down because of the big loss. So it'll bring up third down now, 3rd and 6.
He has a really quick burst. I mean, when he decides to go, it's pretty quick here. I mean,
3rd down 6. Kirsten, ball at the 45. Got a man coming in motion. Beverly hands to him. He cuts it up inside. He's up near the first down, just short it looks like. And a very late flag. It's got to be a dead ball foul, you would think. So for the moment at least, the Panthers are in a 4th and 1 situation. Pending the outcome of the flag, they're looking at the Panthers. So wondering if something happened there at the bottom of that scrum on the tackle. Unsportsmanlike is against Edgewood. So I was fooled by the body language. And that'll bring up a first down for Norton. The ball will be set down at about the 36. They're going to put it right on the 35-yard line. 9:50 remaining, second quarter. Norton leading 28-0. Stay with us at halftime. We're going to hear from both the boys and girls coaches for basketball here at Norton. Handoff up the middle and hit immediately. Couldn't tell if that was Beverly or Brown that time. Looks like Beverly, and a loss of a yard. Nice job by the interior of the line. And along with a linebacker there, I think it was number 5, Nathan Cameron, on the tackle that time. If it wasn't, he's going to be pleased that I'm giving it to him. Loss of almost 2, so that'll bring up second down 12, 9:11 remaining. Kirsten, empty backfield. Looks to the sideline to see if they want to change the play. He's got trips to the near side. Kirsten takes the snap, passes out to the near side to Hunter. He's met immediately, but churns his way, turning a loss into a gain of about 3 yards. Isaac Hunter. Hunter is the 6'1", 165-pound senior. Did really well to keep that from being a loss. To bring up third down and about 10.
Nice effort play by that young man.
Empty backfield. Beverly in the slot with trips to the near side. Kirsten fakes it, brings it down. He's going to run and instead throws it to wide open Willig. And you heard it, folks, the big awe. Just about a foot too far as Willig had broken free down the sideline. Kirsten, a nice job of pulling that thing down. Looked like he was going to run, and at the last second he saw Willig wide open.
I think he'd be in the end zone now if he just would have ran it.
Yeah, he had room.
He was being unselfish, right?
Well, and, as I said earlier, it's been a little while since Willig touched it.
That's
and
right.
That might have, Kirsten is a very good athlete, but a very intelligent young man as well, and that may have well played into it. So they're going to go for it, fourth and a long 10, or a short 10, going downfield. Willig's open this time, and he hits him right in stride for the Panther touchdown. So there you go. Trey Kirsten said, hey, my bad, let me redo that. So he had a little do-over and hit Willig right in the numbers for the big touchdown, a 35-yard Kirsten to Willig touchdown pass. And the Panthers have gone up by a score of 34-0 here at Norton High School Stadium. So if you were with us last week, Trey Kirsten was our Cambria Bistro player of the game. And a lot of players vying for it this time. It looks like Heffelman in there for the extra point for Norton. The foreign exchange student knocks it through. And the Panthers lead 35-0. I want to remind you, we talked about WOH. This game can also be seen and heard on Fifth Dimension Radio's YouTube page. That is usually posted by Saturday evening or at the latest on Sunday afternoon. So tune that in so you can both hear us and see what's happening on the field.
That drive was 87 yards, 10 plays, and took 3 minutes and 57 seconds.
Yeah, what took them so long?
Edgewood's starting to slow him down a little bit.
And, Chris, I apologize because I want to guard against. I never want to diminish the other team. I mean, this is a good Edgewood team, especially for the area of the state that they play. They're one of the better teams up that way in the northeast corner this year. but they clearly, talent-wise, are not where Norton is right now. And that's not to say they can't get back in this game, but it's going to be a struggle.
That's going to be a huge struggle to get back in the game. But, you know, Norton's bigger, faster, stronger. Maybe not bigger. They're stronger, faster. And their skill positions are just, you know, different class at this point in time.
Kaminsky with the short kick just inside the 30. Fielded on the far side. Looks like number 2, Devon Sanchez, and he's driven out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So the Warriors will have it there. And they'll try to get something going here with 7:57 remaining in the first half. So a reminder, we'll be talking to Coach Brad Miller from the Norton Panthers girls basketball program and Coach J.J. Sanderson from the boys program here at halftime. I know I've seen Coach Miller, so I don't want to promise the second one, but I think he's up here too. So that'll be interesting. We'll take a look at some first half stats and hopefully get to some scores from around the area. Snap taken by Dufour, and looks like he pulled it down on the keeper for a no gain. So no gain for Dufour, second down 10. Ball again at the 34-yard line.
You know, the quarterback it seems to be their only weapon here, and he's given a good effort, but just nothing there for him.
This time he turns, fakes the handoff, looks downfield. He's got a man breaking open at the 30, but it was a little too high. We got a flag on the play, and it appears to be Xavier Fetter who drew that flag for Norton. The receiver for Devin Sanchez was wide open. The ball hung up a little bit, gave Fetter a time to get back to it, but he hit the receiver, according to the referee at least, not the fans in the stands, a little too early.
Well, he had a step. He had a step or two on the D-back, and you're right, Ron. Just didn't have too much air under it.
So
frankly, it was a good play by the D-back to not give up the touchdown.
Exactly. The penalty will take the ball up to the 49-yard line of Edgewood. Dufour back to throw again, throws to the near side. He's got a man who brings it in at the Norton 46-yard line.
They're calling that incomplete. Said it hit the ground.
Well, again, that's right in front of the Norton bench. It was on target, but apparently the receiver, who was R. Triplin, couldn't bring it in. So that'll bring up second down 10. So you could see on that pass play that drew the flag, Chris, against a lesser defensive team, you can see how this team racks up some points.
Right.
To your point, Dufour has a nice arm, throws a nice ball. He'll drop the pass again. Rolling to the near side, flushed out of the pocket. He's across the 40, has a man open again, caught at the 30, 20, and driven out of bounds at about the 10. And once again, that's Devin Sanchez, seems to be the playmaker for Edgewood here in the first half. So that's about a 39-yard pass, taking the Warriors down to the 10-yard line of Norton. And trying to fight back here is Edgewood as we approach the latter parts of the second quarter. Nice job by the quarterback that time, seeing his man break free, hit him, and nearly had 6. Dufour with Crooks alongside him in the backfield. Going in motion, Sanchez. Fake handoff. Dufour up the middle. He's across the 5 and pushed into the end zone for the Warrior touchdown. Edgewood's on the boards here in the second quarter. A nice effort by J.J. Dufour.
You know, Dufour there, the play before that, he made that play. He scrambled, he kept the play alive. That's why the young man was open downfield. And then in that play right there, he just took off, right? Nice little burst up the middle, 10 yards TD.
So there you go. Just what the Warriors needed. Drake on to attempt the extra point for the Warriors. High snap, put down, kick is up, but it sneaks inside the left upright. It's good, and our score with 6:54 remaining in the first half. Norton 35, Edgewood 7. Let's take this 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Ron Whitmer along with Chris Canova back here at Norton High School. We just had a 4-play 66-yard Edgewood drive to get them on the board. And Chris, we are totally unbiased here. We're not about rooting, but in some cases when it looks like the game is about to get totally out of hand, we are not unhappy to see the team that was down by 35 get on the board. So good for J.J. DeFore and his Warriors to get themselves in a position where they can close out this half in the way that they had hoped to start it. Kickoff taken about to 20 by Norton. Looks like might have been that time Carter Brown, or was it Willig who ran it back? I believe it was Willig out to the 31-yard line. Willig has 4 catches for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. A pretty ho-hum night for him. And Beverly, 8 carries and 87 yards all here in the first half. Kirsten hands off to Brown. Brown breaks it free. He's across the 45 to the 50. It's a foot race to the 40 to the 30. He's cutting back to the 20. Had a hand on him, but he'll cruise on into the end zone. A 70-yard touchdown run, but no. There is yellow on the field, and we got a hold on the Panthers. Marcus Brown, not the happiest guy in the building right now after a great run for 70. But,
nice play.
Willig had a pass just out of his reach earlier, and the very next play, Kirsten hit him for the touchdown. So let's see if Marcus Brown gets the carry again. He's got to be a little winded after that jaunt, but
he turned the jets on and just outran everybody. I thought he was going to get caught, but just didn't happen. He's quick too. Nice combo between Beverly and Brown for sure.
That'll set the ball back to about the 22-yard line, where it'll be first down 20 for the Panthers. Willig in the slot to the near side. Kirsten in an empty backfield. Trips to the right. Kirsten looking to the near side, pulls it down. Looks like he's going to run, does run. He's up to the 30, still in bounds, and hit hard and taken down at the 35. But he picks up about 16 yards. We'll give him 15 to bring up second down 5. Nice effort by the quarterback that time. Got hit hard and popped right back up. He's in the huddle looking to...
I'm not sure his coach loved that. that he
not with the scoreboard looking like it does, for sure.
On the TV replay, you're going to see that Kirsten just, barreled over the D-back.
2nd and 6, handoff to Brown. He's got running room again. He's across midfield. He's to the 40. He's cut back to the 30. He's to the 20 and knocked down at about the 17-yard line. And finally catching up with him for the Warriors was Willie Guyton. Guyton with the tackle for the Warriors, but that'll bring up a first down deep into Warrior territory. Kirsten hands to Beverly, and he cruises through a hole in the right side into the end zone. That's a run of 17 yards for Jason Beverly. And the Panthers strike again. They lead 41-7. I'm glad I have 2 math wizards to my right
I have
here.
Both running backs over 100 yards in the first half. So
I couldn't keep up with this, but
I got Brown at
two over
113.
100 already. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Heffelman on to attempt the extra point, and he sneaks it just over the
110
crossbar. 110-104. So that makes our score Norton 42, Edgewood 7, 5:40 remaining in the half. So
104 yards in the first half for Beverly and 110 yards for Brown. Just dominating on the line. And oh, by the way, Kirsten I have at 91 yards rushing at this point.
Wow. So,
or thereabouts.
Not to toot our own horn or anything, but we did very definitely talk about the Norton balance, both sides of the ball.
But we were talking about the passing
three guys
running,
were almost over or almost 100 yards in the first half. That's balanced. You're right, but they've thrown it a bit, and they've been successful at doing that too. So. But these guys are putting pressure on us for that post-game Player of the Game award here. Too many to pick from right now. So.
I mean, I think Willig's going to be upset. I mean, he only has 2 TDs and 80 yards receiving.
Yeah, poor guy. A rough night. 5:40 remaining, first half. Norton leads 42-7. Kaminsky to kick it off. Pope deep for Edgewood. High kick going to come down just inside the 20 on the far side, across the 30 with lots of room to roam, 40, 50 to the 40 of Norton, and taken down at about the 36. Could not pick up the number on the far side of who that was on the return. So it's time to go guessing here, but the other kick returner is Zar Triplin. So it's either Sanchez or Triplin on that return, but good field position. So we're a little back and forth here.
Sanchez on the return.
Okay, it was Sanchez. So Edgewood has the ball at the Norton 37-yard line. 1st and 10. DeFore in the shotgun. Drops. Pulls down the pass. Running to the far side and tried to throw it and threw it away. And I think we're going to end up with a late flag here for intentional grounding. The referees are going to talk about it, but that was clearly his intention, was just to get rid of it. So
he did a great job to get away from the rush.
He sure did. There is that late flag. So, yeah, he was under all kinds of pressure. Escaped to the far side, saw an opening and dumped the ball to that opening. But nobody in the area to catch it.
And that's a huge penalty. Look at that.
Is that a spot of the foul? Or
I think it's from the spot of the foul.
Okay.
So now it's going to be 2nd and, what is that, 22 maybe?
So we go here, yeah, 22. 2nd and 22. Ball on the 49 now of Edgewood. They've got to get to the 27 of Norton for the first down. DeFore takes the snap. Fake handoff. Looking downfield. Pressure again. Flag on the play. Taken down from behind after a short gain. On the tackle for Norton was Jackson Ford. But we had what I believe is going to be a holding call. What do you think, Chris? They probably turn that down, don't they, in this situation?
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. They're in decline.
They're going to turn it down. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 20.
I mean, they're throwing haymakers at one another right now. Quite frankly, this is fun to watch.
Empty backfield this time. DeFore. He'll be looking this time to Sanchez in the backfield. He's met and taken down immediately. Nice job that time by Xavier Fetter for the Panthers. Brings up a 4th and 20, 21 yards. A man down hurt for Edgewood. We'll see if we can pick up his number, Chris. And public address announcer believes it's Sanchez. And boy, he's been the bright spot offensively along with DeFore for Edgewood. We hope it's not him. Of course, we don't want it to be anybody, but the athletic trainers are out attending to him. I always say we shouldn't guess, and then I guess, but I think he may have had the wind taken out of him there. They're pulling into his feet. A little woozy, so I'm sure they'll check him.
Yeah, he does look a little woozy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. They'll check him on the sidelines and see if he's going to be able to return. 4:49 remaining first half. So we'll have a couple of guests here at halftime. You know, it's playoff time in high school football, which means one thing to those of us who enjoy the ball without the pointed ends. Round ball season's coming up before you know it, and we're going to talk to both the boys and girls coaches from Norton here at halftime. Look forward to that. We'll take a look at some scores from first round of the playoffs around the area, and hopefully sneak in some halftime statistics too. So, fourth and a long way to go, and DeFore is back to punt once again. And he's got pressure, but does get it away. Willig takes it at about the 20-yard line. He's met, but gets out of that tackle, now running to the near side. Back up to the 20, 25, 30, and finally taken down, and a couple of flags on that.
Yeah, that was a good call. Block in the back
block
there.
In the back,
yeah.
I see in the area was Jason Beverly. I don't know if the call was against him. Chris, did you pick up the number that did the blocking?
I didn't.
Makes sense that it was him because he's back in the backfield to help return. But at any rate, it is called a block in the back. That'll negate the nice run back by Willig and set the ball. Well, we'll wait and see where they set the ball. I'm going to guess somewhere near the 20-yard line. And that's
well, I'm sure
guess.
Beverly, Brown,
right
or Kirsten doesn't mind the extra 10 yards here.
Yeah.
But
a chance to pick up more yards. So Beverly and Brown.
I'm calling Willig here. What do you think?
Back in the backfield. It's I think it's going to be Brown. He's across the 25, the 30.
There he goes.
Running to the near side, breaks another tackle across the 40, 45, still on his feet across the 50, puts his head down and drives to the 43-yard line of the Edgewood Warriors. What an impressive run by Brown that time. He picked up 38 yards on that carry alone, and we got another guy hurt, and it's, I believe, Bratt, who is limping off. No, it's Mason Thor, who's had a solid first half defensively. Not that they can afford to lose anybody, but certainly not Thor. He is off under his own power, but struggling on the far sideline. Norton, first down 10 at the Edgewood 43. Kirsten hands to Beverly, running to the far side, trying to get leverage, and gets a run up to about the 36, but a flag in the area of what suggests holding, and that's what we have. It appeared to be well behind the play, but a hold is a hold, and that is going to set the Panthers back.
Yeah, I didn't see who did that, but the referee called it right away, so.
Couldn't tell if it was.
Actually, he dropped his flag, and I thought it was a mistake that he picked it up and threw it.
Yeah, I always hesitate because I know who was out in that vicinity, but of course, in high school, we don't get to hear whose number they called on the penalty. So somebody on the right side of the line for the Panthers. It'll bring up first down 20. Ball now spotted on the 47 of Norton. Kirsten. He'll take a low snap. He's looking to pass. Pulls the ball down. He's going to run instead. He's across the 50, the 45, down to about the 44-yard line. A nice gain of about 8 yards.
Yeah, it's about 8 yards.
7 or 8 yards for Kirsten. Was intending to pass. Got a little pressure, pulled it down, and had a nice gain. Brings up second down 12.
Even when Edgewood is stopping them, Kirsten's scrambling and picking up 8.
Right. Willig in the slot to the right. Kirsten hands to Beverly across the 45. Beverly across the 40, driving his way up across the 35. He's taken down just short of the first down. He's got about a 3rd and 2 coming up here. Another nice run by Beverly. 2:48 remaining here in the first half. Stay tuned for the Edward Jones halftime show. We got a lot of things to plow into a 20-minute window. We hope you'll stay with us. Kirsten hands off to Brown. Brown's got the first down and more, spinning down to the 25-yard line for another Panther first down. And just what you... I thought we had an injury. Actually, we have a shoe came off for Norton, so that's a lot better than an injury. Number 51, Ian Starling, lost a shoe, got it back on. I'm sorry, Chris, I missed
that was
your
Brown,
question.
right?
Yeah. High snap, handoff to Beverly. Beverly's got a hole. He's across the 10 to the 5. Still on his feet. Did he get in? No, he's just short. Down at about the 1, maybe just inside the 1-yard line. Another impressive run by Jason Beverly. Norton hurries to the line. First down goal from the 1. Handoff Beverly. He is across the goal line. And the Panthers keep rolling to score 48-7. Norton leading Ashtabula Edgewood here in the first half. Hey, just want to take this opportunity to remind you once again, you can catch this game on WAOH.TV on Monday at 6 o'clock. Video replay of this game. Noah Heffelman on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up and strong and good. So with 2:06 remaining in the first half, our score, Norton 49, Edgewood 7. So here's the one thing I got horribly wrong tonight. I'm sure I got a lot of things wrong, but this one was horribly wrong. I suggested that playoff games rarely are blowouts. Well, I have been proven wrong tonight. Well, it could be rare, but it's happening right in front of us. So we asked this question last week at Coventry. We got an answer. But I think the equation maybe is a little different tonight. Does Coach Kruger consider some backups here in the second half fairly early to get his guys not only some rest but to avoid injury? What do you think?
I think the first series on offense and defense, he's going to play his guys, and at that point, probably see some pretty a lot of subs in and out of the game. Second half's going to fly by. We're going to be on a running clock, so.
Norton apparently either didn't have the right guys or enough guys out there. They took a timeout before the kickoff here, which is awesome. Gives us a little more time to talk. So, there's some.
Yeah, right now it's just Norton's just totally outclassing them, on the field of play here. But great combination of speed, skill players. They're doing it, running the ball mostly, but they've showed the ability to pass. They've not even used Willig to any great extent. He has 2 TDs, and Kirsten is a double threat for sure, running the ball, passing the ball, and we're not even talking about their offensive line, which has done an amazing job. So just an incredible first half for the Norton Panthers, and man, I'm thinking maybe an illegal motion penalty, and that was the biggest mistake of the first half.
So, Chris, Jason Beverly, 149 yards, 3 TDs. Marcus Brown, 158 yards and a TD. And a short kick here, ball going loose. Let's see who has it. I'm sorry, I was looking down. I don't know if it was a true onside kick.
Yeah, it was onside kick, yes.
The result of it is a recovery by the Panthers. The guy getting the high fives on the near side is number 40, Xander Wilhelm. Not sure if he's the guy that got on the ball or not, but that gives the ball back to the Panthers with 2 minutes to play here in the first half. So I'll throw in some scores here for you before halftime, since you know how I hate missing the action, and I just did it, but maybe tonight's not so bad if I do. Kirsten hands off to Brown, inside across the 50, the 45. He's open in the middle. He's across the 30, the 20, the 10. He's got a man pulling him down at about the 4-yard line. Saving the touchdown was number 80. Actually, that was, 80. Josiah Hope, the receiver, caught up to him just inside the 5-yard line, a 45-yard run. So I'm going to have to do some math here to, let's see, Brown had 158, 45, 203. That would take him to 203 on the half, folks. And his backfield co-runner,
it's really like
Beverly,
Kirsten
has
ball to get over
150.
100 here.
Yeah, Kirsten could join the party. So, first down goal, ball at the 4. Kirsten.
You're making my hand cramp.
Brown and Beverly in the backfield. Hand off to Brown. He's got, he gets hit in the backfield. I thought I heard a whistle just as he was getting the handoff. At any rate, looks like a no gain, maybe a loss of 1. Second down and goal from the 5. So some halftime scores. Hudson leads Willoughby South 17-0. Breckville Broadview Heights leading Clay 13-0 at the half. And in the second quarter, Nordonia leading Twinsburg 14-7. They had a battle right down to the wire just a couple of weeks ago. Kirsten hands inside to Beverly. He's up to near the goal line. They're going to put him down at about the 2-yard line. It'll be third down and goal from the 2.
You know what? Let's give Edgewood some credit here.
Actually, you're going to spot him at the 3, and he might have went down a little early.
Edgewood, battling still, which is great. And,
absolutely. Kirsten hands to Brown. He's ahead. He's up and across the goal line. And a late flag. We'll see what this one is. And I'll explain why I had a little chuckle there. So the back judge is going to wave it off. And I think he's a little embarrassed. He threw that flag. He hit the goal. He hit the crossbar. So it was no good. That's why he had to wave it off. It hit the crossbar. So the touchdown by Brown. He now has his second TD, and the statistics battle continues. Heffelman on to attempt the extra point. 11 seconds remaining here in the half. High snap, put down. Heffelman's kick is up and right down the middle. And Norton has taken a 56-7 lead with 11 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll keep it right here. Please stay with us at halftime. The Edward Jones halftime show features Brian Miller, girls coach here at Norton High School. Basketball season just around the corner. I believe we have B.J. Sanderson going to be with us as well, so we're looking forward to that. We'll get to some more scores. All kinds of things happening, Chris, but the one thing that's happening that I really didn't see coming is this huge offensive output.
Just an
from
onslaught,
the Panthers.
right?
Yeah.
Just an onslaught.
Onslaught's the right word. Absolutely.
And it doesn't appear to be stopping.
No, it definitely doesn't. So,
and you know what? I don't blame. Yeah, that was. I kind of expected the onside kick there. They called the timeout. Hey, they're playing hard. These kids practice all week, and
and they're also working for next week at this point, right?
That's right.
And you only are successful at things that you don't do often with practice.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that would question that. This time the kick is deep, clear inside the 10 on the far side. Edgewood is back up over the 30 and run out of bounds. Let's see if we can pick up who that was for Edgewood. Probably Sanchez again. He was on that side last kick. So we'll call it Sanchez. He's out of bounds with 4 seconds remaining. The ball be spotted on the 33-yard line. No, I don't. Did we lose you? First and 10. Ball on the 33. DeFore. Back. Hands off. Reverse. Coming to the near side is Pope. He's across the 30 to 35 and driven out of bounds by Beverly at about the 36-yard line. And that'll bring us to halftime. Norton with a huge 56-7 lead over Ashtabula. Edgewood will take this 30-second. And we're having some tech difficulties here. We'll take this 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back with our halftime guests.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
So Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova back here at Norton High School. Halftime score, Norton 56, Edgewood 7. Statistical nightmare for the Warriors. But here's a man that's joining us now. I haven't seen a lot of statistical nightmares over the years. Head coach of the Norton High School girls basketball team. Mr. Miller, you've been there, and I don't want to make you feel old, but how many years now?
This will be 23.
23
as the head
years.
coach.
23 years.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit off mic earlier at pregame about, every season above 500 is a good
It's always
thing.
the first goal.
But you've normally had seasons. Oh, I think we're supposed to face this way. They're going to get us on video. You're normally well above 500, and you're chasing not only league titles, but trying to chase that trip to Columbus.
Yeah.
So this year, where do you stand? How many veteran players do you have back? How many young kids that are probably going to work their way in the mix? What's it looking like for the Lady Panthers this season?
Well, the goals are always the same. As you know, in this program, we're expected to go far, and obviously the first step is to take care of the league. Last year we didn't win the league. We lost. It was a game behind Streetsboro, but They were good, obviously.
Yeah.
But this year I have 9 returning letter winners and 3 starters back from a team that went to the district final and lost to Lutheran East at the end by 2, and certainly could have very easily won that game. I thought we had a really good shot last year to get to the Final Four, but those things happen when you're playing basketball. And but Olivia Goff and Dakota Graham are 2 top players returning. They're both all-state players and tough to stop offensively. And got a lot of good young sophomores and some juniors this year that have really stepped up this summer to play a lot better. So, we'll go 10, 11, 12 deep.
It's always, for me, it's always been fun to see what happens in the summer that looks encouraging, and then what translates once you get to the fall. But it sounds like you guys are set. Streetsboro, if I remember right, the big girl graduated?
Yeah, they graduated,
but
3
they're
seniors.
Still going to be 3 seniors.
Yeah.
So outside of your team, who else in the league do you look to?
Cloverleaf, probably. John does a good job over there. And he's always battling. He's got a couple of nice returning players for them also. And, they'll certainly give anybody trouble, especially at their place, their new high school.
Oh, and I have yet to be there, so I'm looking
beautiful
forward
facility.
to see that. Yeah.
We got a chance to play there last year.
Right?
Oh,
just
absolutely.
as yours was when you got one.
Oh,
right?
well, yeah. Anytime. Hopefully Field's next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Field is old enough that I played in that gym. And,
I wasn't going to bring that up, but I thought I'd wait for you to say it.
When the score table is on the stage,
it's still there.
Which is
it's still there.
It's a rather old gym. So that's this coming season.
Yep.
Now a big change comes next year.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? You got 3 new teams coming into the league, one team leaving, I believe. Is that right?
Coventry's leaving for sure, yeah.
And Kent, Cuyahoga Falls, and Talmadge are coming in. How does that affect the competitive balance in the Metro?
Certainly, tremendously. I mean, you're losing a school like Coventry who's struggled for quite a while, winning games, in all sports. And, you're adding, 3 suburban league teams, in essence, where we used to be back in the early 2000s.
Right.
And, our sports program struggled with that.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why the Portage Trail was, born was to help the teams that weren't doing very well in a lot of leagues. And so now here we are. They always say it always circles back.
Yeah. So do you feel like those schools have come back to the pack a little bit, or do you feel like the MAC's going to have to raise their level a little bit?
Well, I think the MAC's going to have to get, all programs are going to have to get a little better in some of these sports to compete year in and year out. Right. I mean, there's always going to be years where some, teams are going to have a good team, and it's about consistency. I mean, that's one of the things that I've been fortunate for me for the last 20 years is we've been consistently winning. Right. Not too many schools can say that. I mean, we've been in the district title game, 10 out of the last 11 years. So,
and I think you and I were talking, might have been somebody else, but especially in the public schools these days.
Yeah.
That's hard to maintain. Even if you get, 2 or 3 really good classes in a row, usually at some point it
drops
runs
off.
dry.
Yeah.
And then you got to rebuild. Whereas some others are able to rebuild on the fly much more easily. So hats off to you and the success that you've had here at Norton.
It's been a good run. I admit that.
There will be times in the years to come nearby where I'm going to have to root against you. So I apologize.
Hey, when we play Talmadge, I know Tony will be over there. I look forward to
and I'm sure
the competition
he does too, because it improves both teams.
Absolutely.
You want that in the regular season, especially within your league, so you don't have to go find all kinds of out-of-league teams to help build your schedule.
And as you know, I play some of the toughest teams.
Yeah, you do.
In Northeast Ohio year in, year out.
So it doesn't hurt to have one or two of those.
Not on my
league.
aspect at all. I certainly welcome the challenges. I think it's important that the kids are challenged to become better, and it gets you ready for the tournament.
Absolutely.
So I look forward to it.
So that's Brian Miller, head coach here at Norton with the girls program, and I'm going to send him on a task because he doesn't have enough to do.
Yeah.
And if he can find Coach BJ for me, we'll bring him in here. But once again, first half, 56-0. The Norton Panthers are leading Edgewood Warriors, and we're going to do this on the fly. How about that? Hi, Coach. How you doing? We're going to get you on here. Yeah, here we go. I'll help you out. Just like that. And can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Coach B.J. Sanderson, if you'll turn around and face this high-tech camera we have here, we'll get to see which one of us is more follically challenged. And I usually win that contest, Coach, but
I might have you.
You've got a better shave than I do tonight. So, hey, thanks for joining us on short notice. It's that time of season. Mm-hmm. Your season, these days it almost never ends, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing the job the way they
it's a 365-day job,
right?
yeah.
But in terms of the athletes and the parents and the whole pageantry, that's all just around the corner. Mm-hmm. Now, if I read this roster here for the Panthers on the field tonight, if you're the typical basketball coach, you got a few young men down there. You're going, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt. Am I right about that?
That is correct. Yeah.
So tell me who are some of those guys that are playing tonight who will be a factor for you this coming season?
So our main contributors for the football team, I'm anticipating anywhere from 10 to 15 guys.
Right.
Trey Kirsten, the quarterback. You got Alex Minen, you got Buddy Willig, Isaac Hunter, Marcus Brown. I mean, all the main guys, they play basketball as well.
Kirsten, a Norton guy, but coming back.
Yeah, so Trey
from Talmadge. Yeah, so I've had the opportunity to see him play the last couple of years, and he's got to be a great addition to your team, I would think.
Trey was in our youth league, so he was here from kindergarten all the way till 7th grade. Then went to Talmadge, and he's back. So
was he back in time to play summer ball with you?
Yeah. So
how was that? Did he fit right back in?
It worked out well. They built a house, so they were able to move back in. He joined us from the beginning, June 1st, and it was a seamless transition. He fit in well, and he knows all the kids because he grew up with them. So he fit in well, had a really good summer, and it went pretty smooth.
Quality young man. So it sounds like he fits in with a bunch of quality young men who are getting it done out here.
They're all great
tonight.
kids. All those kids are great kids.
So, didn't follow closely the MAC on the boys' side last year. Where did you guys finish, and where do you see your likely fit this year? Are you right there to win a league championship?
So the year before, we were 20-3, won the league, and we graduated our whole starting five.
Right.
So last year we knew we were going to be a little down. Guys that were, I don't want to say down, but in new roles,
Right.
had to step up and do some more things than they had to the year before. We finished 9-14, so we had a down year for us. This year, we've got Buddy's back healthy. We got Isaac back, and then you throw Alex Minen in, who moved into the district,
Right.
and Trey is here. And then we've got a pretty good couple freshmen that might step in and play as well. So, we're looking to rebound, looking to bounce back.
Depth sounds like should be a strength for you this year.
It should be a strength, yeah. We've got some seniors. We've got Stone Hardy back, Jake Gabriel back. So we got some guys back with some newer guys, and we had a good summer. Those kids fit in really well, and I think today's kids are a little different with Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different back in our day, but they're all friends anyway, so it worked out well.
You and I are going to be friends because when you say our day, I think our day is separated by about 20 or 30 years. So
We
God
still
bless
didn't.
you.
Yeah, we didn't have any of that stuff when I played.
No, we
so
didn't.
It's a little different.
Coach Miller and I were just talking about Field High School still being one of the few left that has an older gym, which was a newer gym when I played over
Gotcha.
there. But I checked in on that score table up on the stage more than once in my time.
Yep.
So I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Brian. So, you got this year coming up. That's the most important thing. But I'm going to guess you've at least given a little thought to what happens next year.
Yeah,
the
for
league
sure.
changes significantly next year, right? What are your thoughts about that? Are you excited about it? Are you worried about it? How do you feel?
A little bit of the unknown,
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough. I know those coaches, so we tried to add them on our schedule this year.
Okay.
So we're playing Cuyahoga Falls. Weren't able to hook up with Talmadge or Kent. Their schedules were full at that time. But, I think it's going to be a good addition to our conference. Competition-wise, for sure.
Yeah.
They're bigger schools than us, and to me, winning the league is a goal every year,
right.
But also just getting them ready for the tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to make runs in the tournament.
And that will certainly help in
absolutely,
that respect, right?
absolutely. Playing a better competition, I'm at the point in my career where it's like, we want to win a league title every year just like everybody else, but like I said, we want to make a run in the tournament. And I feel like that prepares our kids better.
Okay. Hey, I want to wish you the best of luck this season. I know you're probably torn here between wanting them. I know you want them to go all the way this year, but you'll probably be the least heartbroken guy if they don't quite make it to.
Well, like I said, they're all good kids.
Yeah.
Coach Kruger's a good friend of mine, so I want them to go as far as they can go, and then when we get them, we get them. We'll be ready to go.
See, it's a great attitude. A good friend of mine, Russ Schwartz, over at
Yeah.
Mogador, and for years
He
had
dealt with
same
that just
problem,
about
right?
every year,
Having to
yes.
sometimes cancel the first couple of games because his
Exactly.
kids are still playing. Hey, thanks so much, Coach
I appreciate
Anderson. Have a great season. Thanks for joining us here tonight.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Thanks. So just a reminder, we're at halftime. We'll come back, take a look at some halftime stats, and get ready for the second half. You're listening to Fifth Dimension Radio. Ron Whitmer and Chris Canova will be back after this timeout.
Investing in the future starts with our youth. Port Summit Rotary sponsors scholarships, supports schools, and creates leadership opportunities for young people in our community. When you support Rotary, you're helping the next generation thrive. Find out how you can help at portsummitrotary.org.
Oh.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AkronWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
Back here at Norton High School, where the halftime score is Norton 56, Edgewood 7, having a really entertaining halftime performance by the Norton Panther High School Marching Band. Chris, you and our newfound compatriot from the Beacon Journal, Brad Bourneville, I don't know if you have any arthritic conditions, but
well,
there's a lot of writing and typing going on in that first half.
Absolutely.
And very
just utter domination in the first half. Panthers with 444 yards total offense, 354 yards rushing, and 90 yards passing on 5 of 8 attempts by Kirsten. And, the stars of the first half, well, there are plenty, right? Beverly with 152 yards, Brown with 203, Kirsten with 98, and Willard with 80 yards in receptions and two TDs as well, which really equates to just a landslide here for the Panthers. As far as Edgewood goes, they had one nice drive, which really accounted for all of their yardage. They had 62 total first half yards, with most of that coming in the air, and the last 10 yards coming from their quarterback. So the start of the first half for Edgewood was their quarterback, J.J. DeFore, with 50 yards in passing and 14 yards in rushing. So, I mean, just pretty much a landslide here for the Panthers. But, I don't know if we expected this.
No, but, definitely didn't expect this. But here's some guys that need to be called out for sure, because while we're busy trying to add up all these yards from the running backs and the receivers and the quarterbacks, the big fellas up front for Norton are getting it done. They're providing those holes that these guys are getting through. So a shout out to Anderson Gross, Ian Starling, Dominic Higgins, Caden Hochstrasser, and Mason Hilton, the all-Ohio linemen, for doing the dirty work up front, creating those holes. And of course the backs have just been so talented, not only getting through the hole, but making the cutback runs and running to pay dirt. So that all adds up to an amazing halftime where Norton leads 56-7. Quickly now trying to take a look.
So I saw that East was down 7-0 to Benedictine, so that's a close one. I saw that Green was tied at half with, hold on a second, who was Green playing? Green was...
I want to say Garfield Heights.
Yeah, Green was tied 14-14 at half with Garfield Heights, and
here we are.
That's a close one. I think Borden was up 28-21. That's on Riverside. That was also, I think, kind of an upset there.
Copley's leading in the third quarter over Memorial, 21-14.
So good news for local teams tonight. Cloverleaf up 21-7 at half over a higher seeded Bay team. Again, good news for local football programs.
In the Metro here, the other team playing tonight, Streetsboro leading West Geauga in the third quarter, 21-14. Actually, two other teams playing tonight. Cloverleaf up 21-7 in the third quarter over Bay. I think you may have mentioned that already. But all three teams from the Metro are leading at this point, so good for them.
We're very fortunate that our region is always strong in football, but this year might be stronger than others. Did you say the Hudson score up 17-0?
Earlier I did, yeah. And here's from the Federal in case you didn't have that. Halftime Hoovers up 43-6.
I always love this time of year because you get the teams that enter the playoffs with one win or two wins. St. Ignatius enters the playoffs, I think 1-9.
1-9. They're probably leading, right?
No, they're not leading, but they're playing Perrysburg, which is a really good team, right?
Yeah.
10-10, third quarter.
There you go. And then also in the Federal League, Jackson with a 14-3 lead over Brunswick in the third quarter. So
they've had it up and down here. I wonder who that team is. Listen, I root for all the local teams, especially the teams we cover. So I didn't see who. Maybe we have the Mogador game next week. If you don't know that already,
we'll check on that. That's an East Palestine against Berlin Western Reserve. So let's see if we can dig that one up because the Mogador folks will be interested in that. So at halftime now, Nordonia leading Twinsburg 14-10. Brecksville Heights in the third quarter. Broadview Heights is leading Clay 20-7, and Hudson leading Willoughby South 17-0. So all three teams, well, there's actually four teams because two of them are playing each other, but three teams from the Suburban National are leading either at halftime or in the third quarter.
Western Reserve, East Palestine, 7-7 halftime.
Okay, so Mogador will have their eyes on that one. We'll be at, just as a reminder, at Mogador Memorial Stadium.
I'm not even going there. If you say so. If you say it's Memorial, I'm going with Memorial Stadium.
We'll see you next week from Mogador. And I believe the winner of this game, which clearly appears to be Norton, is going to be at West Branch next week. So Norton, because of the situation with the cancellation becoming a forfeit, moving down to the 5 seed, will have to go on the road next week. And if memory serves me, they'll be going to West Branch. So that'll be an interesting one. But I tell you what, Chris, there's no doubt whoever has Norton in the next few weeks, they're in for a ball game, to say the least, right?
I'm sold. You know, we saw them. I'm like most fans of high school football, and they didn't play a exceedingly strong schedule this year. Saying that, they beat everybody badly throughout the year. And we watched them live last week for the first time against Coventry, and they just they were methodical, but they played much slower pace. And they came out tonight.
They're right up in the up to the line.
To steal the quote from Ron, wow. And
it's the smartest thing I've said all season.
You stole it from me, honestly. But,
yes, I did. I knew it was coming.
It was, quite the display in the first half, fireworks from the Panthers.
So we're about to start second half here. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Back here at Norton High School, halftime, the bands are working their way to the stands, and the teams are warming up. They're meeting at midfield. So, Chris, we've been down this road before. This second half going to speed up on us because there'll be a running clock right
Yeah, Kirsten, you asked the question before half if their starters are going to play. Kirsten's warming up anyway. Looks like he's going back in the game.
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
It's always interesting.
I
think I hit on something there that I didn't think of last week, which they have played so many very much shortened games in all season long. Truthfully, Norton has that. Coach Kruger may be thinking, I got to make sure my guys are ready to go 4 quarters when it gets to at some point.
Right.
It could be next week, could be the week after. They're going to get to a situation where they're not looking at a scoreboard that looks like this, right?
I agree with you 100%.
And you want your guys ready for that.
I agree 100%. And, heck, I don't know when that's going to be.
After what we saw tonight, I think both of us fully expected. Truthfully, I thought Norton would probably win, but I thought it would. For the life of me, am shocked how easily it got to be a 30-plus point lead. I mean, that happened, again, right towards the end of the late first, early second quarter.
It did, and, they have a 3-headed monster in the backfield. Any one of those 3 young men can take the ball and go, and we're talking I was really impressed with Kirsten's first step.
Are you counting Willig in that too? I mean, he's coming from the receiver position, but in essence, his first touchdown catch was really basically a handoff.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because last week we saw Willig run the ball a handful of times, if not several
on a very
times.
similar play to what he scored on. Yeah.
Right, but tonight, he's caught the ball a couple times. They haven't really used him in the run game.
Haven't needed to. There's no resistance to what Brown and Beverly are doing, and when they key too much on those two, Kirsten just keeps it himself.
So, this team is going to play West Branch next week. I mean, unless a miracle happens, who knows? I'm looking at West Branch's schedule right now, and they play a really competitive schedule. They have Canfield, which is was ranked
they were
as
ranked number one in
lost
in
last
theirs.
week, and then New Philly's always a strong club. They play Alliance, Carrollton, Salem, so they play a solid schedule. And they're like Norton. They put up some big points. They probably average 40 to 50 points a game as well. It could be another fireworks, but on both sides next week. So that should be an exciting game, and get out and watch that for sure.
Hey, I want to remind you to stick with us because this second half is going to go by pretty quick for the Cambria Bistro Player of the Game announcement in our post-game wrap-up show. So stick with us for that. And our work's cut out for us tonight. I have some thoughts on that, Chris. I'll share it with you off air when we get a chance. So here we are, starting the second half. Kickoff is a squibbler up across the 30. It's fielded, and met right there is the return man. This time it was not Sanchez. Can't really see who it was, but the tackle for Norton was Xander Wilhelm. So Wilhelm with the tackle. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Ashtabula Edgewood Warriors, who spotted at the 31-yard line.
So we have a running clock this half with a 30-point spread.
Ford takes the snap, hands off inside. The carry is by J.R. Crooks. He's got a gain of about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Warriors. They're going to spot the ball right at the 35-yard line. As Chris mentioned,
nice positive gain there.
Chris mentioned running clock here at 11:18. This Panther defense has just been borderline spectacular so far tonight. DeFore back to throw to the far side, and the receiver Pope could not bring it in at about the 39-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 6.
The first 3 series on defense, Norton looked like they knew they were in the huddle with Edgewood. They were all over every play, whether it was a screen, a pop pass, run left, run right. They had the answer on every play.
So I'm going to talk about the coaches here after this play. DeFore in the shotgun, drops the pass, looking over the middle, has a man open and just overthrows Czar Triplin down the middle. He was open, and it was not a poorly thrown ball, just a little too far.
I like J.J. DeFore. He's a competitor. Threw that ball right where it needed to be, and the receiver, just came up a little bit short there, but nice toss.
So that'll bring up 4th down 6, and hopefully, needless to say, the Warriors will be going for it. And I'm saying that before they're even in formation, so maybe it is something I should have hesitated in, but no, looks like they got running backs in the backfield, so DeFore's in the shotgun, but not punt formation, so 4th and 6. Standing at the 30, takes the snap, fakes the out, going
that
deep,
was coming.
and great coverage by the Panthers, and almost intercepted. Dropping the ball as he went to the ground was Willig. Buddy Willig, he doesn't do quite enough, so he almost had the interception.
It was actually a better play by dropping the ball.
Yes.
Because they're going to get the ball 30 yards upfield or 25 yards upfield. So.
See, this is why we pay you the big bucks to come up with all those intelligent comments.
So even when Willig's not making plays, he's making the right play. So he's everywhere. I mean, to your point, I can't say enough about that young man. He just he's showing up on offense, defense, special teams, returns, kicks. He is a threat, and you have to know where he's at.
Kirsten with Brown and Beverly in the backfield. Takes a snap, hands off to Beverly up the middle. Running room. He's got the first down and more to the far side across the 10 to 5. Did he get into the end zone? He did. Beverly with the 35-yard scamper. And the song keeps playing, Chris. It's 62-7 Norton. 8:54 remaining, third quarter.
Well, that was easy, right?
Yeah, this front four, front five for Norton is really having their way, opening some monster holes. The running backs are hitting the holes quickly, making the right cuts, and racking up amazing numbers. So it looks like it's Kaminsky back in there. Or no, might be yet another kick. Is that? Tell me that's
They're using
not Willie.
two different kickers, I believe.
Yeah, who have both kicked, but no, this is Kaminsky. Okay, he turned his back towards us. Kaminsky back in and makes this one. Heffelman had taken the last several. So that kick is good, and 9 touchdowns for Norton here with 8:15 remaining in the third quarter. They lead 63-7. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hey, students and job seekers, your next big career play starts here. AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. Find local jobs, connect with employers, and get hired fast. It's easy, mobile-friendly, and full of opportunity. Step up, get in the game, and visit AkronWorks.com today because your career deserves a winning drive.
So the beat goes on. The Norton Panthers leading big over the Edgewood Warriors, 63-7, 8:15 remaining, third quarter. Under a running clock situation, Kaminsky will kick it away. He'll kick it to Pope as the deep man. Sanchez back there with him. This is a ground ball up the middle, not fielded, finally taken down by Sanchez. Or, yes, it is Sanchez. It's across 35 to the 40 to the 43-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 42 where he's finally taken down. So nice job by Devin Sanchez.
How about Sanchez tonight, Ron? I mean, I think that's the third long return that he's had.
Yeah.
Excellent job in the return game.
And he's done very well, and he certainly had a lot of practice tonight.
He has had a lot of practice. That's a
and then I don't want to diminish it because that was
that's
another.
a very good point.
I mean, it was tough enough just to field that ball and then to get a good return.
If you get 10 chances, you should, I get it.
42-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Warriors. DeFore hands the ball off up the middle. Carrier is Crooks once again. Give him about 2 yards, maybe. Well, they're going to give him 4. The tackle for Norton.
They do well when they just keep it simple like that. And they go to spread like this, and Norton causes all kinds of havoc because they can't control these fast linemen, defensive linemen.
DeFore in an empty backfield. Fakes the handoff, drops the pass. He's got pressure and is taken down with fumble, but we have a flag on the play.
That's a ball marker. That's a ball marker.
Okay, not a flag apparently. And was that Witter who made the tackle? The tackle was a little high, Chris. That's why I thought it might be a flag on the play.
That was a heck of a hit.
The Edgewood bench is barking at about just that, but Witter separated the
that was
the Warrior from the ball, and here you go. The Panthers are back in business, 1st and 10 at the 39.
1st and 10 for the Panthers, 39-yard line.
Looks like they're subbing here, taking an extra few minutes to get some extra kids in the game, which is great. Clock is still running. We're at 6 minutes and just about 6 minutes left in the game. And we'll see what Norton does here. I wouldn't be surprised if they take a timeout.
Looks like what they're going to have to do.
Yeah, took a timeout.
And with 5:58 remaining, we're going to make sure we pay all of our bills, so we'll take this break and hear from Cambria Bistro.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of two worlds, the rich traditions of Italian cuisine and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Back here at Norton, we missed the first down play from Norton, and they have gone to a backup quarterback in there now is Owen Gabriel. He's a freshman, 6-footer, 150 pounds. He handed off to Trent Witter, who was taken down for a 2-yard loss. That'll bring up second down 12 for the Panthers at the Edgewood 41-yard line. Gabriel in the backfield. We've got a couple of new running backs, too. We'll try to pick up those numbers. Gabriel has trouble with the snap. He picks it up, but is taken down for a big loss back in Norton territory. Going to be spotted at about the 49-yard line. So you're going to have that, Chris.
You are.
Guys out there for the first time tonight and didn't pick up the center's number, but I think that offensive line are on there for the first time for the most part as well. And we'll try to pick up the running backs here as they get the ball, but it's third down 21 here for the Panthers. Unfamiliar territory for them tonight. So, yeah, the new...
And good experience for these young men.
The center looks like Ches McQuaid in there. So McQuaid snapping the ball to Gabriel. Gabriel looking to pass. He's going to throw deep down the sideline, and who's got it?
What a
pulled
catch.
In with amazing catches. Cortez Everett, the junior. Everett fought with the defender and pulled it away. It looked like Willie Guyton was going to pull it in for the Warriors, and they wrestled to the ground. And what a catch by Cortez Everett. So I'll say this for Gabriel. I'm not afraid to throw the ball into traffic. And down on the field, injured player for Edgewood once again is one of their mainstays on defense, actually on both lines. Mason Thor, he had hobbled off during the first half, came back in, and he's down once again. Looks like a leg issue. His teammate trying to get him to his feet along with the coach's staff. And he is up and limping off. Not sure if it's a cramp issue or if he kind of ginger on his ankle. So it could have been a rolled ankle. But at any rate, Norton has the first down on the, I don't want to call it a miracle catch, but it was a heck of a catch.
It was a great catch. And, the D-back played the ball really, really well.
He really did. He really did.
Kudos to both kids, and they just fought for it. The guy from Norton came down with it. But, one thing we haven't mentioned tonight, and just looking over at the other sideline here, what do you think? Edgewood has maybe 30 kids out?
Yeah, I think on their roster they provided, I think it was 33, and they've got a couple guys hurt, so around 30 sounds right. First down 10 for the Panthers. Ball on the 24-yard line of Edgewood. Owen Gabriel, quarterback. Freshman, taking his time. Letting that clock run. We're at 3:27 in the third quarter. And it's so quiet in here, I think he may have gone to sleep, Chris.
I think he's waiting for the back judge to raise his hand for the 30-second, but he's not doing it.
It's a standoff at this point.
There you go. So the back judge is not watching the clock.
Hand off. Once again, I think to Witter.
So the back judge should be raising his hand when there's 5 seconds left. and he just didn't do it.
Just
He was
didn't do
letting
it.
the clock run, and finally he had to tell him, no, go, run the play.
Okay. Again, pointing out how severely underpaid you are. I didn't pick that one up, but all I knew is it was way too quiet.
They don't have a play clock here, so
No.
you have to rely on the back judge for the for that element.
So second down and about 12. Gabriel
There he goes. He's back. His hand is up.
with
5 seconds
two
left.
runners next to him, hands to Witter. Witter's up across the 25, it looks like, right near the 25. So he'll get the lost yardage back, but it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Panthers. They're going to spot it at about the 24. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 from the 24. So we may get to see that field goal attempt after all here.
We might.
Let's see if
Did they try one last week? They did, didn't they?
You know, I'm too
I'm
old to
pretty sure.
remember that
I'm
far
pretty
back.
sure they did.
Okay.
And
Well,
now ask me if he made it. I cannot recall if he made it or not.
Well, what was the final score? And we can do the math
Oh my gosh!
and
Do you
figure it
think
out.
I know
now.
that? I don't know that.
I think it was 56 last week.
Mm-hmm.
So a minute 24 here in the third quarter. 3rd down 9 for Norton. Gabriel with Witter to his right. Drops the pass. Looking downfield and had a man and got it. Pulled it in. Another nice grab. This time by Hunter Masco. Masco with the first down grab. Ball thrown just slightly behind him. Masco did a great job of reaching behind him.
Is that 15
and
yards?
pulled in. 14 yards, yeah.
14 yards.
So a nice job.
He is a magician back there, man. He threaded the needle between what three
There's
white
defenders
jerseys
right there. Yeah, yeah. I thought it might have a chance to be picked off, but he hit the Masco right on the numbers. Masco is a 5'10 junior, 155 pounds. So it brings up a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Freshman quarterback Owen Gabriel. Moving the Panthers here. He hands off to the running back who's going to the far side. 5 down to 2, and it looks like he turned the ball loose. And
he did.
Edgewood is on the ball at about the 1 or 2 yard line. The running back was Corian Spragling, a sophomore.
Might have been a touchback.
Had a nice run, and I think you're right, Chris. They're moving the ball out to the 20, so it must have been a touchback. Give the ball back to Edgewood. So a nice run by Spragling, but somebody poked the ball out of his hands, and Johnny on the spot were the
end of the
Edgewood
third quarter.
Warriors, and there we go. 3 of them in the books with the score. Norton 63, Edgewood 7. We're going to jump ahead and take this time out to hear from Edward Jones.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate
Write that
Plaza.
down for me, 186. Back here at Coventry, 1st and 10 for Edgewood. They pass to the far side and thrown out of bounds after a pickup of about 3 or 4 was Sanchez. Clock running here, 4th quarter. They caught us in the middle of our Canberra Bistro player of the game discussion here. Getting a little assist from Mr. Borneval, who's, you know, I don't know. We're going to have to really bump up our offer to him to get him to come on the road.
That's right.
He's done a heck of a job.
You want to come to Mogador next week?
Yeah. Who doesn't want to go to Mogador?
I mean, come on.
Quarterback keeper this time. Up the middle for a pickup of about a yard. And let's pick up who the quarterback is. Can't tell if it's still Still DeFore in there. 3rd down 5. DeFore's the junior.
I'm sorry.
6-footer.
I knocked out the 500.
I was
the
going to say,
50-50 lady.
be nice to the lady with the money here. My goodness. It might be us, especially if we would have played. DeFore rolling to the near side. Passes. It's almost picked off right in his sights for Norton. Cody Eder, the junior, 5'5", had that one and had 6 points in his eyes, Chris. And I think that 6 points he got a little bit ahead of himself.
He did, you're right.
But he tracked the ball really well. And that'll bring up 4th down 6. So good to see some of the backups getting some reps here for the Panthers. And they're holding up well here against the Edgewood Warriors. 4th down 6. DeFore throws to the far side. The receiver has blockers, and I think he does have the 1st down across the 30 up to about the 33. The pass looked that time like it was the Czar Triplin. And Triplin got up to the 33-yard line, where Edgewood will have the 1st down, 9:38 and rolling here. They trail by a bunch. DeFore takes the snap, looking downfield. Long ball this time. He's got a man who can't quite bring it in. It looked like it might have been Triplin again. And I
think it was.
I apologize for all the guessing, Chris, but we are in a situation where we're getting a little reflection out the window here. So that's my excuse this week.
It is, and it's way on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Nice job by the corner over there that ran with the D-back or the receiver. Nice job.
Trips to the near side this time. 4, 2nd and 10. And a low snap. He picks it up, though, rolls to the near side. He's got a man along the sidelines who catches it at the 42 and takes it all the way up to midfield. The catch by Guyton. Guyton's quietly had a pretty nice game for the Warriors tonight, both sides of the ball. So they are going to spot it right at midfield. 8:35, still rolling here. Edgewood on the move.
That player's name is Hunter Masco.
Okay.
Not Isaac
50.
Hunter. You're mixing both their names up. I just thought I'd tell you.
So a little assist from the folks in the stands there.
I mean,
Coaches are cracking up
yeah.
DJ.
She's also the 50-50 lady.
That's right.
She's everywhere.
Oh, the pass is batted down they're calling that an incomplete pass. I don't think I saw it that way.
I think
the defender knocked it right out of his hand.
Yeah, it was a nice play by the defensive line. Excuse me, as I'm getting a coughing spell here. By the defensive lineman. I think everybody here goes both ways. The 50-50 later just came up here and corrected us for
okay, so here's a little radio one-on-one. We drop what we call a crowd mic when we do these, so you can hear the crowd reaction. That young lady stepped up right in front of the crowd mic and let the field announcer know that they were getting the name wrong. Nice pass to Sanchez over the middle. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. DeFore to Sanchez for the 50-yard touchdown connection, and Edgewood is on the board for the 2nd time tonight. They trail 63-13. So that makes sense to me.
The 50-50 lady or the pass?
No, that makes no sense to me whatsoever, but it was a nice distraction, I guess. No, it makes sense to me that they're finding success against the second team, right? Because don't know, but I'm guessing that's a similar level of their last 3 games of the regular season in terms of talent where they were able to roll. At any rate, the extra point, we're going to have a timeout on the field. So I think Edgewood didn't maybe have the right personnel on the field. And we're looking for Noah Drake to make this a 63-14 game. So I think we have our player of the game selected, and we'll announce that.
Why don't you want to just do it now until Bob can't leave us, right, Bob? Can you hear us?
He can't. Yeah, he can hear us, but he cannot leave. By the way, hats off to Bob Fritz tonight. We're here in this nice, cozy, warm press box, and Mr. Fritz is down there in his polar gear, looking for Santa Claus, the Yeti, and all kinds of winter-related folks. So thanks, Mr. Fritz. On for the extra point. Noah Drake. Spot down. Kick is up, but no, a flag on the play, killing the attempt before the kick. Offsides on Norton. So Drake will have to make it a second time.
Well,
and I'm all for giving him 2 points if he makes a second.
Well, it keeps the clock moving too, actually.
There you go. Maybe that was the plan. Well, there are no guarantees in high school sport, but as close as one can be is, I think Norton will reach, will go up against a little more resistance for sure next week down at West Branch. For one thing, they're on the road, and that typically can make a little bit of a difference, if not a big difference.
Have you ever been to that stadium?
I've been to the school.
So
I could tell you about the basketball.
For years
gym.
and years, they used to play playoff games there because their grass was just like golf course,
Top
like
of the line,
beautiful.
yeah.
They tore it out this year and they put in turf.
So they're going to go for 2 points here. To 4. Hands off and nothing doing. The handoff was Desar Triplin, and he was taken down. Let's see if I can pick up the tackler there. It looked like 17, who would be Carter Brown, the sophomore, on the tackle that denies the 2-point attempt. So we're at 5:13 with Norton leading 63-13. Let's take this 30-second timeout.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AcklandWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AcklandWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
Back at Norton High School Stadium, Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova on Fifth Dimension Radio with a kindly assist from Mr. Brad Borneval from the Akron Beacon Journal. I think his demand for following us to Norton next week is now including a Barca lounger of some sort. So it's not looking good, but we'll see what we can do.
Got some scores here. Benedictine 7-6 over East, start of the fourth quarter.
Drake about ready to kick it off for Edgewood. And see if we can pick up the returners here. The kick's coming down at about the 20 on the far side. The return man is up to 30, 35, 40 coming towards us. 45, 50. He's got the edge to the 40, 35, and knocked out of bounds. The returner again was Hunter Masco. An excellent return, and is that is a flag and a holding call against Norton. So that'll bring back at least part of that return. The flag is down at the 42 of Edgewood. There's 2 flags on the play. So the one at the 42 is going to be turned down. The one that's laying at the Norton 32 will be accepted. So that'll wipe out the rest of that really nice return from Masco.
Ron, you're just asking about the Western Reserve East Palestine score. 21-21, third quarter.
There you go. So the winner of that game will play the Wildcats. We'll see them from Mogadore next Friday night. Airtime 6:45, game time 7 o'clock. And folks, the Wildcats are back. They made the playoffs kind of the way Edgewood did last year, with a nice run at the end of the season, but not a typical Mogadore season. This year things appear to be back to what I would call normal. They did have to take games wherever they could, so their schedule wasn't quite what it has been in the past. But they go into next week 9-1. So first down 10 for Norton. Clock running at 4:20. Gabriel at quarterback, taking his time. gets the snap, hands off to Witter up the middle. Negligible gain that time. In fact, it looks like he may have lost a yard. So that'll bring up, lost 2 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down 12 for the Panthers.
Got Nordonia 21, Twinsburg 10.
Got Hudson in the 4th quarter leading Willoughby South 20-0. Not a big surprise there.
The 1-9 St. Ignatius Wildcats tied in the 4th quarter, 17-17.
After this play, I'm going to tell you the flip side of that, and if we can find the score, it would be great. The flip side of the 1-9. So, Gabriel, again, taking his time, takes a snap. He'll hand off. This time it looks like the ball was Spraggling, given to Spraggling for the gain. So the opposite of that 1-9. So Athens, the Plains, where Joe Burrow played in high school, until week 10, they went into that game 9-0 and not in the top 12. They were 13th in their region at 9-0. They lost the last week and moved up 2 spots to get the 11 seed. So I'm very curious to see what they did tonight at 9-1.
So I'm getting like 2 different scores for the Green game. Green and Garfield Heights.
Let's see if we.
So I have a 21-6 Green lead, but that doesn't make sense because I saw it at halftime at 14-14.
Yeah, 4th quarter 21-6 is what we.
21-6.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I've got also. So good for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
That's against a 9-1 Garfield Heights team.
Got to root for them, man. I mean, they won. Is this 6th in a row? This would be their 6th in a row, maybe? I think it's 5th or 6th in a row.
5th in a row. Hoover up 50-6 on Northland, or actually that's a final. And Jackson with a 17-10 lead over Brunswick in the 3rd quarter. Get back to some of these Metro scores here in a second. 3:02 and rolling here. 3rd down and 9 for the Panthers. Owen Gabriel taking his time, letting the clock roll. Looking at that back judge. Getting ready. This is interesting. Finally, he takes the snap. He's looking to pass. Flushed out of the pocket and taken down. A nice job defensively that time by number 54, who is Paul Seiler for the Warriors, bringing up a 3rd and about 18. Ball spotted at, and they're going to move it back even further, about 3rd and 20 plus now, 4th down.
Ron, I've got to answer your question. Brad found the Athens score.
Yes.
It was 35-13.
Up or down?
Down.
Down. Okay. So there you go. In this case, the rankings may have known more than what we knew. Who'd they lose to? Or are they losing to?
Buckeye Valley, I believe.
Buckeye Valley. Okay. Thanks, Brad. So in the Metro, besides this game tonight, Streetsboro in the 4th quarter leading West Geauga 35-21. And Bay has come back to tie Cloverleaf at 35 in the 4th quarter. So Metro folks, if they're pulling for their league or pulling for Cloverleaf to pull that out, they're the home team. A little closer than what we have here.
Who joins this league next year?
3 teams. Kent, Roosevelt, Cuyahoga Falls, and Talmadge. So I think, and you didn't have the headset on at halftime, but I talked to both coaches, basketball coaches here about that, and I think they're both looking forward to it. They expect that to raise the level of play within the league itself, which will help their teams. So I think they're all looking forward to that. 4th down, and Chris, we have a punt.
This might be the first punt in 2 weeks we've seen from Norton.
Yeah, and somewhere here I've got the punter. Punter is Trent Witter. And the ball's rolling loose across the 40. Going to roll down at about the 43-yard line. So with 1:50 left, the Warriors will take over 1st and 10.
Well, why don't we announce the player of the game.
Okay.
So Bob, once he's done with his duties down
he
there
can
in the
sprint, yeah.
in the cold.
Well,
Can,
he's not going to have to sprint very far.
no,
That's
he
the good
won't.
news
Yeah.
for him. So go ahead, Chris. You've got the numbers, but we both agree, as we usually do. And actually, I think.
Well, I got to find my numbers. There's so many numbers for Norton
well,
right
yeah,
now.
Those,
I believe
those may be old.
we're going to
because
go with.
It's definitely up to 4
yeah.
TDs, right?
We are going to go with Mr. Beverly.
Jason Beverly.
Jason Beverly from the Norton Panthers with, I believe, 180. I can't find the number. 185 yards and 4 TDs tonight. It could have easily have went to somebody else in the backfield, but tonight with the 4 TDs, Mr. Beverly is getting the player of the game.
A run for no gain there for Edgewood. Second down and just over 10. DeFore over the middle, connects with his receiver at the 25, now inside the 20 to the 15, and it looked like the catch was by Riley Baldwin. It was Baldwin on the catch. So a minute left, and on the march are the Warriors, rolling to the right side. DeFore, he'll toss to an open receiver. It looked like Czar Triplin who dropped that one. It'll bring up second down 10. 47 seconds. We may be coming up on our last play of the night. So, hey, we gave it to Trey Kirsten last week.
We did.
He made no mistakes tonight. He played a great ball game, but unfortunately for him in terms of that, he had 2 or 3 players. And there's Witter with a great sack for the Panthers, taking DeFore down at about the 20-yard line. That'll bring up a third down and about 15 if we get another playoff. They're hurrying to the line, so Edgewood, competitive nature, trying to get one more into the end zone. Back to passes DeFore. He's got time, and now he's taken down, but he spins out of it. He's still on his feet, still looking downfield, puts one up for grabs, and it's intercepted right near the goal line. We'll try to pick up who that was.
As the clock expires.
I just want to get this. It looks like it was number 12, Hunter Masco, with the interception, and a fitting way to end the ball game for the Norton Panthers, as they were all over the Edgewood Warriors tonight from the get-go here at Norton High School Stadium. Our final score, Norton 63, Edgewood 13. Stick around. We got the halftime show, the wrap-up show coming up after this message.
Port Summit Rotary is your hometown club with a global reach. From feeding families in Portage and Summit counties to eradicating polio across the world, we're part of a movement that matters. Local hands, global impact. Join us, portsummitrotary.org.
Do you mind? All right, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Back here at Norton High School. So we've named our Cambria Bistro player of the game. A hard choice, but an easy choice. And that was Jason Beverly. Big yardage.
Right.
Big scoring night for Beverly. And but he had a host of teammates. Willig had a big game. Kirsten had a big game. Marcus Brown had a big game. The offensive line, if we had more T-shirts, we might have named them the player of the game.
You're right, I think
they
so.
were awesome tonight, led by the All-Ohioan Hiddle. So a great job by the Panthers tonight. This is the Fifth Dimension wrap-up show. We've already named the player of the game. We've talked about a lot of the scores from around Northeast Ohio, Chris, and we'll dive into a few more of those here, but so atypical of playoff football. Last year with 16 teams, maybe you see a little bit more of this.
Right.
So I'm not sure what to attribute tonight to, other than we've seen them 2 weeks in a row. Norton's a darn fine football team, and West Branch is going to have their hands full next week, without any doubt.
Well, they certainly are. They play a similar brand of football as as the team they played tonight, they spread the field and throw the ball around quite a bit. But it should be a bunch of fireworks happening next week and an exciting game.
So the one thing I wanted to talk about and we never got back to, and I'll do it just briefly here, we were so impressed with both coaches, Coach Olajuwon Cooper for Ashwood and, of course, Glenn Kruger for Norton. But both teams were rightly confident going into tonight, right?
Right.
But it turns out one was right in his confidence and one a little bit less so. But I was very impressed with the coaching both teams, right?
You know, I think that the takeaway for Edgewood tonight was they have a head football coach that gets it. And he's a leader of young men, and he has changed that program around. We didn't talk about this yet or at all tonight, but they were 1-9 last year.
Right.
They come in here, they make the state playoffs, and just the next step in the process. So good for them, and happy for the program.
Yeah. Hats off to Edgewood on a fine season. Hats off to, of course, Norton on their season so far. And we'll talk a little bit more about where they go next. Take a look at some more scores after we take these final timeouts.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of two worlds, the rich traditions of Italian cuisine and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screen Print Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
Back here at Norton High School Stadium, Ron Whitmer and Chris Canova, back to put a wrap on the first week of the OHSAA state playoffs. Before we do that, take care of some business here. First of all, apologize for the number of people walking through the camera here in the post game. But hats off to the staff here at Norton. Travis Dobbins, the AD, and Brian Miller, the head of the press box, and also the high school girls coach here, for maintaining what was a pretty tight space with an awful lot of people, including us here, and they were more than hospitable, and we certainly appreciated that. I want to thank Bob Filmley, Bob Fritz, and certainly Chris for our first ever playoff broadcast.
How about that?
Yeah, and we made it. Edgewood made it. It was a tough one for them. The final, if you're just tuning in late here, Norton with no trouble tonight, winning 63-13 over Ashtabula Edgewood. So, Chris, next week they have the number 4 seed, who is the West Branch Warriors. So they're going to have, I didn't think of that until just now, they're going to have Warriors 2 weeks in a row. Maybe that bodes well for the Panthers, maybe not. But I think they certainly saw themselves being at least in that game because had they got the first round bye, obviously they
Right.
would have. The only difference is they've got to travel next week. So does that make a difference?
I don't think so this time of year. I mean, this team is excited to get on the field. They can't wait for their next game.
Exactly.
They don't care where they play. They seem motivated. I'm not sure. We mentioned this earlier, but I'm not sure if they're using the ruling, 2 weeks ago as motivation or not. But they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. They had over 500 yards in offense, and honestly, they probably could have had over 700 yards.
Would
in
have been a
offense.
lot more had they
And,
decided it needed to be. Yeah.
And how about that defense? I mean,
it was, and give myself a little bit of credit. I said if this is to be anything other than a close game tonight, one of the two defenses is going to have to establish themselves as dominant. Well, that didn't take long, did it? I mean, right from the opening drive, Norton was able to shut down that high-powered Edgewood offense. Edgewood, conversely, was not able to do that with Norton all night. We finally saw a punt when the second team was in at the very end of the game.
Right.
So for the Norton fans, certainly a lot of fun for us because we like good offense, a lot of fun, but you never like to see the other side of the field have to go through what Coach Cooper and his squad did tonight. But as you mentioned in our last segment, they're going to be back. He's a quality guy and a quality coach, and they're building something again there at Edgewood. They've had some success in the past, and success in their future is coming. For Norton, success is now. They've got some seniors, and you see that. Very few young player mistakes with Norton.
Man, Trey Kirsten, we don't talk about him a lot on the telecast, at least not tonight, but wow. I mean, he can throw the ball all over the field, and he has the innate ability to avoid the rush, and when he wants to, he takes off. He doesn't seek to run that much.
No.
But he took out a D-back the one time tonight.
And to me, that's, he's got the physical tools without doubt.
Right.
But he's a great decision maker from what we've seen.
His
in 2
dad,
weeks.
I think, is 6'4".
Yeah,
6'5".
well, Trey's not real tall. I've seen him play basketball. I want to guess that he's maybe 5'10", and I took down my roster.
Yeah, so did I.
So he's not real tall, but throws the ball with a nice touch, makes great decisions. So that bodes well for the Panthers for next week. Going to take a quick look at the scoreboard, see if we get some other finals. I'm still showing that Cloverleaf and Bay game tied in the fourth. Oh, no, Cloverleaf is taking the lead in the fourth quarter, 42-35. So good news for the MAC on that one. Streetsboro is a final. They beat West Geauga 35-21. So another good one for the MAC, and of course Norton with no trouble here tonight. Just a reminder, next week we'll be at Mogador. And at last glance, that game was still tied between
21-21.
21 all between Berlin Western Reserve and East Palestine. So that's who Mogador gets the winner of. Also, I'm a little bit curious because that Akron East game, Chris, was real close late. And if you've got that handy, if we could pick that one up, that's another one I'd like to know before we got out of here. In fact, I may have it here. Let's see. I've got fourth quarter East leading Benedictine 12-7. So
that's upgrade.
Another good news for Summit County. So we'll give Chris just a second, see if he can pull up that Berlin Western game. And also, I thanked our staff. I want to thank Roger McLean, who's been with us a great deal here in the second half of the season. One of the casualties of the lack of space in the press box was we were only able to fit 4 of us in here, which is a big ask, and they handled it with a lot of grace, and we appreciate that.
36-35 East Palestine.
Is that the final?
No, fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, so a real barn burner there. So we'll let you know when we see you next Friday from Mogador. So for Chris Canova, I'm Ron Whitmer. We want to thank Bob Felmley and Bob Fritz. And the final, once again, from Norton, the Panthers, 63. Ashtabula Edgewood, 13. Good night, and we'll see you next Friday.
You've been listening to Fifth Dimension Radio's Sports Special, where we bring you live high school sports. And we'll be announcing more exciting games coming up in the near future, so keep it on Fifth Dimension Radio. This is your announcer, Bob. Good night.